Boom. What up, fam? Anthony Johnson here today, co-founder and CEO of the Redman Group, founder of 21 Studios and the 21 Convention, aka President Johnson, President Dream. This episode's titled Making the Manosphere Great Again. I'll be joined with two guests today, and it's going to be John Anthony, who was on the show about a month ago from John Anthony Lifestyle. Find him on YouTube. And Alex from Playing with Fire. I'm new to him, but he's highly recommended and vouched for by John Anthony. He's based in Miami, Florida, and also has a big YouTube channel for dating, relationships, and becoming better with women. And you can find him on YouTube at Playing with Fire, or Alex Playing with Fire. Links in the description after the show. So without further ado, welcome to today's show. The Redman Group is now in session. Now, let me bring these guests on. Alex, Playing with Fire. What's up, man?
Yo, how's it going? Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, man. I appreciate your time today coming on. Where'd John go? He was just here a second ago.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. We'll get him back in a second, I'm sure. Technical difficulties or something. Oh.
That's what happens when you live in a third world shithole. You have technical difficulties.
Yeah, pros and cons, man. Pros and cons.
Right.
So for the fans of my channel who are not familiar with you, talk to me about your channel. You got about 44,000 subscribers. And what kind of content do you do there? And what's your history of being a dating coach and relationship coach for men?
Yeah, so we mainly do, we started with a focus on online dating because that's what I initially was doing. I used to work a corporate job. Not a lot of people know this, but I was a sales trainer. And so I worked 50, 60 hours a week. And I really did not have time for going out to bars and shit. So I did a lot of online dating. I started applying a lot of sales concepts because I had some of the best sales trainers, I think, in the industry training me. So I started applying a lot of those concepts to online dating. And then I started a Facebook group just to get some validation from dudes on the internet and share my Larry reports. And that kind of just exploded on its own with no marketing for me. And then due to some poor decisions.
What years was that going on during?
This was 2016.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. And then the company went bankrupt overnight, basically, just because some of the upper management made some bad decisions. And so I was out of a job overnight, basically, me and hundreds of people. So I decided to run with Playing with Fire, and then we started the YouTube channel, we started the website, we started the app, and all that stuff. And but then the channel has evolved since then. We just do a lot of we recently had Elliot Hulse on, who I know is a speaker at your convention, talk about fitness and masculinity. So we go
savage, man. I love Elliot.
He's a good guy. Yeah, it was funny because my mom watched that live stream because she watches a good amount of my content. And after that, she texted me. She's like, "I don't know how I feel about this guy. He's he's got some interesting opinions, but." Yeah, I like Elliot a lot. After that,
what's your background? So, John, welcome to the show. Technical difficulty, I guess. Yeah, what's your background with each other? How do you guys know each other? What's the connection between you guys? Wingmen? Did you guys you did roasting prods together?
Alex is a former fuck buddy of.
Nice.
I have since friend zoned John. Yeah,
I saw him come onto the scene. How long ago was it? 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
It was 2016, so 5 years ago.
5 years ago? Okay, yeah. So I saw him come out, and I always give everyone a fair chance, even though 99.9% of the time it's shit. I'll go through their products, I'll go through their content, and it was the first time in a long time where a guy was giving no bullshit practical advice, and I saw that a lot of the stuff was really good, and in some cases better than what I was doing, which again hasn't happened in a long time. So I private messaged him, and I was full humility, hey, I'm pretty good at night game and day game and stuff. I see you're doing some texting and online stuff. Better than I am, I think, in some cases for sure. And I was I want to come in. I was I want to, trade value and show you what I can do with cold approach. There's my girlfriend in Brazil that Modern Life Dating says he has screenshot proof that she's an escort. Come down here. We have thousands of pictures from we've been dating for over a year. I might make it if he tries to release, because somebody sent to CoffeeZilla too. Somebody sent full fake screenshots that I was able to disprove it in 20 ways, but I talked to CoffeeZilla for 2 hours, and he's people are showing me all this screenshot proof. I'm bullshit, because he said what was being sent as screenshots. I'm never happened. He's oh, they said they worked for your company and they can't show the screen cap of the screenshots because it was on a corporate phone. I've never had corporate phones for employees. It's ridiculous. And the person couldn't say who their name was, and I know there's limited people in my company. I'm very close to them, and I was able to disprove it in 20 ways, but. If people try to put out fake screenshots and stuff like that, I'll release a video with thousands of pictures with her. I have no problem defending that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like how these our enemies are such frauds that they bang fat women and then they're ashamed of their fat women, and you just bring your hot girlfriend live on the show, just absolutely receipt.
And we wrote on the whiteboard how many threesomes we've had since May. She had never had one before meeting me. We've been dating.
We have like 34.
It was 34. That's from what we can remember.
So
34 new different girls. And then I had a bunch with some, not a lot, but with some other girls. So, yeah. But I think like definitely over 20% of my lays in the past year were from new threesomes.
Let's get back to talking about how often you found my content.
Okay.
I like that. I like that topic a little more.
Yeah. So, but basically, I was almost like hitting you up a lot, because it's really exciting for me. I've looked at the whole system. Like I always like when I explain the system, it's like here's red. The color red is like in need of a lot of optimization. Yellow is working at a sufficient level but could be optimized, and then green is like optimized. And I'm trying to get guys to that green state. But in reality, I look at it always as all yellow, like indefinitely. So when Alex was able to show some stuff that was better than what I was doing, that's how I got to the level I was at in the first place. I was trying to find people that are better than me at running rotations, at night game, at day game, at texting, at running their date, like every little part of the system, who's doing it better and why, and then split test. And if the performance wins with sufficient data, it's a scientific method, right? And the system's always open to change. So when someone's like, hey, Corey Wayne says you should be not planning the same date in the same hangout because it looks needy. And then I know like from data that planning it during the hangout when the vibe is up and when you can dynamically answer logistics and objections, it's infinitely better than starting from scratch over text is like one example. But yeah, long story short, so we became buddies that way. And then I went out to visit him in LA. He's living in Miami now, but at the time he was living in LA. Night one, like he ended up going home a little early. We were at a strip club, but he went home. He went home a little early. I came back a little bit later with a stripper. He heard me bang the stripper, and then you said I banged like 10 girls in like 3 days at your house that you witnessed.
Nice.
It was a lot. I mean, I didn't witness. I wasn't like hiding in the closet jerking off in the cock. But
this is animal stuff.
It was a lot. I mean, we had a lot of two double dates and shit like that. Also, it was a good time. I mean, I remember afterwards, my roommate would then wind up going crazy. But when he's like, it sounds like there was like a frat party in here or something like that. It's just like so many condoms and beer bottles and.
Yeah, but that's how real life is. When you're good with women, this is how real life is. It's not this fake bullshit that we have to keep roasting on the internet. These guys who hide behind computer screens indefinitely with fat women that are hiding behind the screens too. It's just disgusting, you know. The Manosphere is such a shit show of frauds. I'm really happy that you guys are helping clean that shit up, and it's been going on for fucking decades. I've been in it since 2005 when I found it. I was a kid. I was in high school.
What shocked me?
Go ahead.
No, just real quick. Like what shocks me is like. How opposite a lot of these guys' lives are. It's literally like polar opposite. Like you did a really good job. I watched some of the Donovan roast finally last night, like 3 a.m. But I saw you like going like through, like systematically, like literally a guy that's like, don't date girls that aren't stunning. Don't get married. Don't let the girl call the shots. And then literally does the exact opposite behind the scenes. And I've showed that time and time again where these guys put out a bunch of claims and there's no fact checking. That's what I feel like I provide. I'm not just like, it's not just he said, she said.
This is a really interesting point you bring up, John, because I don't know what the exact term is in psychology. Maybe there is one, maybe there isn't, but it's like an inverse projection. It's not just regular projection. It's like the diametric exact opposite inverse of what they're actually doing. So my wife surrendered control to me. It's the opposite. She fucking owns these guys' asses and like, I don't fuck fat women. I don't fuck women over the 40 wall. No, this guy married a woman over the 40 wall and fucks exclusively fat women. So,
but maybe he doesn't fuck his wife. Maybe he just
maybe not. Yeah, I mean that's actually a good point.
Probably next to each other. I would say the pickup community is just as bad, if not possibly worse. As the Manosphere community, it's ridiculous, honestly.
Yeah, I think outside the pickup community, it might be worse. It might not be. The issue is it's even harder to tell because they start talking about issues that are not just banging chicks. Now it's like men's rights guys or red pill guys, and it becomes more theory based. And Frollo Tomasi, the fraud father, is a great example. He hides behind being married and stuff, right? I don't have to go bang chicks. The reality is he can't. He could not if his life depended on it with a gun to his head. It's not going to happen. And people don't understand that. And because he doesn't have to go out and he doesn't have to have any results. He's married, right?
But he knows about hypergamy. He knows about the
exactly.
theory of hypergamy, so that's good enough, right?
So you get these and you get these super advanced keyboard jockeys who are just losers in real life, like complete fucking gamma male, secret king, fucking losers with hair extensions.
Well, that's why I went like pretty hardcore, and I was already in a bad mood when I made that Ryan and Rollo response that I put out. So it's kind of fitting.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that. Here we go.
I drove in the rage.
Dude, you have a whole playlist of roasts. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
The roast.
Look at all this. There's like 30 of them, right? They just keep 32. 32.
Well, there's more. I didn't even comprehensively. It was like the ones that came to mind. So
yeah, this is excellent. More. You deserve a medal. I'm going to give you a presidential medal of roasting or something. You deserve it. I'm going to get one made.
It's funny how you like formalize it. You're like, the president of the Manosphere has hereby deemed you like excommunicated.
Fraud. You're fucking fraud. It needs to be done, man. It's order. It's funny and it's tongue in cheek, but there's a reality behind that's really gross and disgusting. These guys prey on wounded men. They rip these men off. It's snake oil bullshit. It's lies, deception, false advertising. And any other industry, you could get in trouble for this shit much easier. Like rolling the odometer back on your car. In Florida and many other states, you can go to jail for that shit, right? If you sell the car like that, knowingly. But these guys roll the age back on their wives and the fat women, and they hide all this bullshit in Photoshop.
CoffeeZilla did a video on Napoleon Hill, and I want to do a video on him too. But like, if you look into Napoleon Hill's history, he's the guy that Think and Grow Rich. Yeah, he was a career scammer. Like he literally had like a Napoleon Hill Award where he would go up and like hand it to a president just so he could appear. It was very clever stuff, just so he could appear in newsprint next to like Thomas Edison or different presidents. It's like, wow, this president received the Napoleon Hill Award, and he like started all these fake charities. He had like a fake car repair business where the labor was like, he was even financing them loans where it's like, hey, I like pay me the interest, so he had like all kinds of scamming going on, but he was like the father of self-help. And then like, you see like all these guys that followed in his footsteps, and it's all a lot of like feel good stuff. You just throw around buzzwords, you just throw around good emotions, and people don't really even give a shit anymore about the results. They just care more about like this guru, like giving them these like emotional highs.
Yeah, it's all about like pain and pleasure and all of the pushing or being like a little cult follower, like a little, what do they call it, a sycophant or something.
It's definitely a big cult thing. It's like a tribe, like identify with the Rollo tribe. So it doesn't matter what he says, whether it's right or wrong. There's no like rational thinking that goes into it. There's no critical evaluation. Like, well, this doesn't.
And anyone who challenges them, I don't know if you guys know this. I'll pull this up for you if I can, real quick. Let's see, hypergamy. 1 second, you guys will see what I'm talking about. So. This is a great video that I will pull up. Boom, boom. 1 second. Let me pull this up. Here we go. So Sean Smith is a clinical psychologist, and he did a great video going into hypergamy, you guys can see here. And this is rebroadcast on our channel. It's also on his channel. It has even more views. And all it is a very simple, not very simple, but it's a very technical, very clinical, very scientific. Like, this guy is a legit fucking 20-year clinical psychologist. And he breaks down what Rollo's version of hypergamy is, what its origin is, and like sociology and shit, and then how Rollo deals with it. And he basically just tears it apart. It's very peaceful. There's no cursing or anything. Like, the guy is a super nice guy in real life, but savage, and he's very scientific about it. And Rollo couldn't handle that. Since Sean Smith did this video, Rollo excommunicated that guy. He hates him now. Just because, and they had a debate right before that. And dude, Rollo got his fucking panties up in a bunch because he got owned by this guy. By science. He got owned by reason and logic and science by a guy who's
I planned on doing something like this, like ripping his book to shreds. But yeah, I'm glad to see that someone else already did that.
What were the main arguments he made that he was saying that Rollo was wrong about?
I'm not super familiar with the video itself. I mean, it's a pretty long 45-minute video. But basically, he tries to he does a good job, I think, encapsulating Rollo's definition of hypergamy and how it's different. He makes a big point out of this. Because Rollo, I think, is trying to like latch on to the sociology version of hypergamy, like marrying up. But then he's basically creating a new definition of it. And Rollo's very like underhanded with this. He's like brushing that under the rug. And from that, he gets to kind of run with it, right? Hypergamy. He even says all the time, I own hypergamy. I own it. I own it. And what he means is like just Googling it. Like, if you Google it, you find his shit on it because he fucking talks about it so much.
I love all the keyboard scientists, all the keyboard PhDs, all the guys who like use fancy science terms that they found on Google.
Dude,
but he really gets into the Rollo. It's not scientifically backed is the problem. There's no science backing it, and there's no studies that back it, and there's stuff that contraindicates it. I think that's what a lot of what it digs into with it, and it just pisses Rollo off because it's simple.
What's with Rollo promoting all the scammers? Like what really bothered me is they're like saying, oh, you have to have like real legit clout and this and that, and they're coming at me.
Rollo's the king scammer. Rolo's the king
Yeah.
scammer. He's the king of it all. He's the head. He's the secret like mafia leader of all this shit. Honestly.
He's basically like the Tyler Durden equivalent in the red pill world.
Yes.
It's like a full on clown.
Guys
that,
like
everyone worships.
Guys like Donna, he's basically like an underboss under Rolo. Like Rolo is truly the king fraud of all this shit. And Donovan's not that smart. Rolo's and the problem with Rolo, the fraud father, is he's much more clever about it. He's cunning. He's not like this super genius that his sycophant fans think he is. It's retarded.
He's just a guitar player, like a former guitar player.
Yeah, but he's not like super dumb like Donovan. Donovan's like the slimeball used car salesman, and he's just really. That's why it was so. It wasn't. It was effort. You know, I had to go through a lot of effort to produce that video. This 3-hour documentary, just roasting the shit out of him to hell and back. But it was not too hard to figure out. When we had all this data available to me. With Rolo, you have to fucking fine comb this shit. He's very clever about it. And he's much more low key. And that's why he's been able to get away with it for so long. Donovan's a ticking time bomb now. He kind of was anyway, even before I roasted him. Now it's like, get the fuck away from him. This guy's super fraud.
He's saying his girl's body is a hard 9, and then you show the picture.
Or better.
7 to 9.
What's crazy though is like these guys very consistently are getting below average girls. Below. That's like the key point. Like like let's not like mince or whatever, like split hairs over like a 2 versus a 3 or a 4. Everyone can agree they're below average. So what are they? Below. You know. So what? And these are supposed to be the masters, even if they're not pickup guys.
Yep.
What is any of this red pill knowledge worth if the end product is that they end up with a below average girl? Yeah. And I watch them sit there and try to like talk shit and all this stuff.
Yep.
And it's like, where's the basis behind that? I'm sitting with like countless girls that are super hot that I show, and they're just like behind the keyboard, like, hey guys, let's rip on him because he's calling us out for scamming.
Here's what pisses me off is guys like you guys who are much more into like just banging tons and tons of women. As far as I understand, you worked for that. You worked your fucking ass off for it. I know that. I understand that. Dude, I haven't done as many cold approaches and banged as many women as you have, not by a mile, but I've done a lot. I've done like 6,000 cold approaches and shit like this, and it was hard. A lot of it was just being socially retarded for a long time when I was like 17, 18, 19. But at least I put in the fucking effort and the footwork. And then from there, I got better and better over time. And it fucking hurts, man. It's a lot of time, effort.
Yeah. That's why like when like Jake Paul came on the scene and you had like different UFC guys that were like, we put in all the blood, sweat, and tears. We're like, you know, we understand this shit inside out. And he picked like a bad striker like Ben Askren to challenge. He picked like one of the worst strikers, like a ground game guy. And then he actually put in work to learn some boxing. But still, the point of the matter is you don't like come into a scene where a guy devoted his whole life to mastering a craft and then just make up a whole bunch of and their claims, and this is an important point too, their claims have no bearing with reality in terms of what you can really accomplish. Like someone, like I say, I closed 10% of my phone numbers. That still gave me at the time of this recording 1,339 lays. But guys, I had a guy come on the other day, only 10%, like your skills must suck. It's like, those are the real figures. Then you have, I haven't even touched on the internet marketers yet that ran like Tower Badass and Pandora's Box. But they're saying like 83% of people that get our system have their first threesome in the first day or two. And I can't compete with that. And, you know, unless I want to lie about the real numbers.
Yeah, it's very true. You can't really compete with the claims that are lies because they're so outrageous. Like, get 99% of the girls that you open, something like that.
Yeah.
Get laid immediately. Right now, you'll get laid.
Hot chicks will come to you with no work, jump on your dick, perfect tense.
Dude, that's what Girlfriend Activation System did. They said, okay, everyone's biggest pain point is approaching and getting like rejected. Let's like form it all around this literotica thing that came from 50 Shades of Grey, and then say, the girls will just approach you. And of course, it's total BS. But guys,
every beta dude wants a girlfriend too. They always want a girlfriend. They don't want to actually do the hard work to learn how to get good with women and then maybe do something later. It's always like secretly or openly they just want a girlfriend. I'll teach you how to get a girlfriend, even though you don't get laid anyway. So you're just gonna be desperate. So they really what they do. I think is
I've seen that.
I think they study these beta males. They really study like what the pain is and then just play to that as best they can. The fitness industry does it too, right? They just study like all the bullshit these guys already believe and then repackage it and sell it like back to them. Their own shit they already believe. But like
super jacked without going to the gym and without following any kind of consistent diet.
In 5 minutes a week. Yeah. That's nuts.
Yeah. Well, I think like my whole brand has always been, or part of it was just tell the truth. And that I think that's what makes me stand out. And John as well, is that like I just say how it is. And I think a lot of people respect that because 90
that wins
nowadays by being straightforward and honest, you're actually in the minority, so you stand out.
But I can't count the number of times people get on like calls with me or email me and they say like, "Hey, I can sense you're one of the only guys that's not full of shit. I can feel all the authenticity." Because you can't, like, people are very perceptive. Like when someone doesn't know what they're talking about or someone isn't a real expert, it's like pretty obvious in most cases, unless they do a very good job of it, like RST.
It's obvious to you though. To guys who suck with women, they have no idea. They're just like, it's the blind leading the blind, or the deaf leading the blind. It's like in this fucking circle, like a snake eating its tail. It's fucked. And then me and you, we call this shit out, and what do? We get the beta male police, right? Let's talk about the beta male police, where they come on your channel and they're like, "This is feminine. Why don't you just leave them alone and focus on positive content?" These little fucking dorks like say all this shit. It's like, you're a loser. You're hiding behind a cartoon on YouTube. You're not real. You suck. You definitely suck with women. That's why you follow these fucking losers, these frauds. You have no idea that they're frauds because you suck with women, or at least it's linked to it. I feel kind of bad for this guy, but then he's like, then you're coming at me like, well, fuck you, man. Ban, instant ban. I just ban all these fucking losers. Death.
Well, yeah, I gotta start doing that. I make the mistake of debating with them, but the thing I get accused of in the comments is being needy. That's like the thing I get, like, "Oh, you double texted this girl. You're needy."
I double text all the time. I said on my mentorship group last night, I said, never fucking worry about double texting again, because the lead is going cold over time. And it's correct in a lot of cases to follow up naturally. And lots of times the girl's distracted when the first text comes. So these hard rules, like I made a video where it's like going against the ideas of being a simp, being reactive, and being a provider, because those are just extremely abused. It's like any guy that buys a girl a drink, oh, he's a provider. Any guy that takes a girl out dinner, he's a provider, right? Any guy that defends himself in an argument is being reactive. Guys are taught to like lay down, take a beating, and say, "Hey, thanks, man." Like, you see the guys in the forums that follow RSD, "Oh, thank you, thanks, man." Like, and I'm like, "You're a fucking like blah blah blah," and they're like, "Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it." You know, it's like if you were to punch a guy in the face and he's like, "Hey, man, like punch this side now."
Yeah, I think we bring up how you and I came to like 98% of the same concepts without actually checking with each other. I mean, there's some things that we did bounce off each other, but a lot of concepts we just realized.
Yeah, every time me and Alex like touch base, there's like a lot of the same shit that we're doing independently, which is what happened to me with Friedrich Nietzsche and philosophy. I went through this like whole philosophical journey where I was like iteratively like refining ideas, and I would like find out about a particular important topic like free will or souls or the existence of God or something like this, a basis for ethics or purpose. And I would like write a whole very solid set of arguments on my position. And I would circulate it to all my smartest friends and professors with the sole hope that they would find problems with it so that I can make it stronger. And that's what I do in the game as well. Like, I want people to be able to poke holes in anything I'm doing and show me ways to improve it. That's how we get better. It's not, "Oh, this is my system, nobody touch it." I welcome that, as you should, to make it better. And after I went through all that process and I had like a rock solid set of beliefs, I discovered Nietzsche, and he lined up with like everything, and it like across the board. And it was, to me, that was like, even though there are a lot of minority positions, to me, that was like independent confirmation. And it's the same when me and Alex arrive at a bunch of these same things through our own processes. It's like, yeah, and we know why that stuff works, because we had to go through this whole fucking path to get there.
Well, but it's like you're pursuing the truth is what you're doing, and you're doing it, honestly. And that's basically the opposite of what our enemies are doing. These frauds, they're just making up bullshit to sell.
When we ride on our enemies.
Let's take a look at this super chat. Thanks for the gang channel. Who are the Manosphere scams and why? How to know? So we can get a little more specific. Maybe we got your whole roast here. Like, who
aren't the Manosphere scams? That's a more easy answer.
I would say modern live dating is the biggest culprit in my opinion, or one of the biggest.
Easily, yeah, totally.
I have a 100-slide presentation coming in the next
probably week. He has a video where he says he's by far the best dating coach ever, and no one comes close.
Wow.
It's the most ridiculous video ever. Someone said, "Oh,
he was driving a cab a year and a half ago and teaching English, and he almost got arrested for an Airbnb scam."
Yeah.
And there's like, what's the pedophilia stuff? I think Anthony Johnson can talk to that.
Yeah, we did a whole roast on that called the Mano Purge Chapter 1. You guys can check that out. It's like 2 hours long on our channel. And I talked with the guy who's been kind of tracking MLD and going through his Instagram and stuff. They're doing a good job. They call MLD a suspected pedo, and I understand why, and they're kind of accurate, but I think it's more accurate to call him a child stalker. That's really what he does. And I actually found a video finally, because I was worried these photos from his Instagram, they could be fake, like someone could Photoshop it. So I was like, these look real, but I don't actually know. But then there's a video I found where MLD goes on video, pulls these pictures up and addresses them because the MGTOW guys were going at him. And he owns up to it. He's like, "Oh, that was not at Disney World. It was over here." So he actually confirms on video, and we'll go into this maybe at some point, that these pictures are his and they're of little children in public. This fucking
what was his reason for having those?
I don't know.
There's no
he's
real
really good.
explanation. The video is mad creepy. Like when he gets called down, he's like, "Nah, dude,
Yeah.
it was a Disney World. There's children everywhere. It was that
Yeah,
kind of
you've seen
vibe." Like
Exactly. It's insane. Like, there's no reason to take pictures of other people's children in public. It's sick. It's twisted.
There's a picture of Derek Moneyberg with Brandon Carter at Disney World.
Yeah. I could pull some of these up right now. Let me actually hang on. I think I have some of these still in here. Give me a second. Was it
So funny.
Nope,
like we all got into this to make
Nope.
make game very, very strong, and now
This
we're talking about fucking
This one.
scam dating coaches.
Yeah. Well, this is what he does. These are real. So I actually verified now that these are real. He's addressed some of these. This is him taking pictures of little children. This is another one from his. These are not all Disney World. This is like all around. These are him taking pictures of little kids, man. What? These are not his children. He doesn't know these people. He just fucking goes around taking pictures of kids, and then he says that they're like adorable and shit. It's like, bro, those aren't your kids. You don't know those kids. You don't know the parents. Like, this is not okay. You can get knocked out for this or fucking killed. Like, imagine walking around New York doing that, or some American city. Like, hey, I'm gonna take pictures of your kids without you knowing.
What's scary is it goes so deep. Like, I didn't even know who this guy was, and then guys are messaging me, "Hey, I got his pandemic pickup, and it looks identical to your Corona pickup." And then I'm like looking through my emails, and I see he purchased it with modernlifedating@gmail.com, and he's talking about novel concepts that I innovated that have never been discussed, right? And then when I call him out, he's like, "Oh, the product sucked," and he refunded it. Right, but he stole all the shit, and then you like go down the rabbit hole, and it's like he's taking pictures of kids. He's copying even dead guys' products. He's literally like Player Supreme, here's Body Language Mastery. He's going to a dead guy's content and repackaging it and profiting off of it.
So these guys
he's just getting out logins to my product. He's not even bothering to put his own name on it. He's just getting real lazy.
Yeah, I think some of these guys. So we're talking about MLD here, but really there's kind of like I think a couple tiers of frauds. And then outside the hierarchy, you have the internet marketers who are like mega scammers because they have a lot of money invested in it, right? They're dropping $100,000 a month, $200,000 a month in ads. They have they get kicked off ad servers.
Here's something we can show everyone. Do you know the here? We'll keep talking. I'm gonna pull it up and link you.
Okay.
There's the Pandora's Box. It's a team of super affiliate internet marketers.
Yep.
That literally just engineered it to like rip off as many people as possible. It has no bearing with real dating advice whatsoever. Yep. But they pushed mass paid advertising, and they basically, it's like their sales letter is very clever. It just says like Amazon, Google, and Facebook got together in a classified setting and decoded dating, and now it's been like unclassified, and you can have access to it.
Because that's what Facebook does. Because they really care about guys getting laid.
This is it right here. Yeah, it's I know some of these guys from back in the day, like, I don't know, maybe Vin DiCarlo and some of these guys run it. They just go down this rabbit hole of trying to make money off people, and they just sell their souls, and they end up going bankrupt and do a lot of drugs and shit. They're just massive mega scammers. And
go to clicksyndicate.com.
Click Syndicate? I'll pull it up.
.com. So like this is basically like it shows the whole fucking marketing backbone. This is one of most guys in the community don't know about Pandora's Box, but it's like one of the most popular dating products that they just like hit men across the globe on a mass scale. So just go scroll down to their products. Now look at this. It's a super affiliate network. Now there's this whole team of marketers. Keep going down a little bit more. Wait, we go up a little bit. Actually, there's Pandora's Box. Just go up a little bit. Right here, up a little bit more. Like the stats. Look at that.
Yeah.
1,000 affiliates, all pushing this shit. 30 million in payouts for affiliates. Now go down a little bit. There's Pandora's Box in the middle.
Yep.
If you go down, yeah, right there. So click that.
The fuck is Prolazyme? Is it a dick pill or some shit?
It's fake testosterone products. Yeah. So look at this. I don't know if you can make that bigger or not.
Yep. Oh, zoom in or something.
This is just a full BS dating product that they're pushing through a massive affiliate network.
Okay. Yep.
How to pick up hot girls.
So let's talk about this though, because a lot of guys don't understand this. I do, and Alex I think does too. But these guys get together like this fucking mafia cabal of like sucking each other's dicks, and then they promote this crap, and they all know it's garbage. They know it's garbage 100%. They don't think it's garbage. They know it's garbage. It's produced like you said by like Indians in India or something. They don't know anything.
Yep. They content farm.
Yeah.
But the purchase decision is made before anyone even sees inside. So all they need to do is sell them on the emotional high, and solving the pain points and empty promises.
Yeah, it's fucking pathetic. John, didn't you say you met the owner of Pandora's Box or one of those systems? And
Tyler Badass. Yeah, it was at a conference in San Diego, and he was drunk, and he's since emailed me personally and was like incessantly asking me to take down where I reference this. But he says, "Oh yeah, the product's full bullshit." It's Tyler Badass. It it was being run on ClickBank, and it was beating like all the other scam niches. It was beating like skin, diet, muscle, like all the classic like scam products even make money online. It was dominating. I know from an inside source they're making over 50K a day on it for a long time.
Wow.
And who wrote the sales letter? John Benson, the famous copywriter John Benson. And he ended up like making that program called Accelerator, where he like burned his own VSL formula. But this was before he burned his formula. And this, you know, like I feel like it touched like they're pumping so much paid traffic through there. I feel like it touched like most men in developed countries. Yeah. I'd seen this. And then when they fatigue a particular presentation, they just come in with a new angle. Like Pandora's Box, they just started marketing to older dudes because they had more money. And they started their whole sales pitch is around, here's how an old dude can get a young hot chick. It's just one little trick, right? And you see, and these guys get hit with this shit, and it sells them the dream. And then they get into it. And then what is it? What is it called? The dating syndicate.
Seduction syndicate.
All have it's a whole network of scam products, and what they all do is they cross when they all have their own email list. They all cross promote each other's fake products, and they fucking and I haven't even gotten into this fucking rabbit hole on my channel yet. And they fucking what's the other thing they do? They inside the content portal, it's just littered with upsells for their own stuff. You can unlock this part of the bullshit content. You can unlock this course from this other bullshit person. And what they're doing is just keeping everyone on this fucking hamster wheel, and nobody's getting better. But everyone's being sold like more and more and more bullshit.
It's just a rip-off train. Yeah, it's an upsell, insanity. 10 upsells in a row, and it's all bullshit at every step and every stage.
You shouldn't need 10 products to get good at a particular area. Another big one is endless options. I did a video on this on my channel.
Former Simple Pickup guy. Yeah,
I went through some of his content. Like I actually evaluated his bio, so I made like logical point why it sucks, and like it's total dog shit. He says he spent $400,000 on testing this bio. This bio fucking sucks. Like the bio I had 5 years ago when I started Tinder was a lot better than his.
Yeah.
We got about 250 guys on the stream. This is good.
Yeah, let's get into something you actually just put out, John. I want to get into the this one here. Let me pull it up.
Ryan,
you just put this one out. Yeah, Ryan and Rollo. So Ryan's busted wife. And actually, I'm surprised he didn't. This is a good picture of how she's just basically fat and kind of like very average. Like I'd give her like a friendly 5, like a fat 5.
I'll give her a 4.
But there's this one too. I mean, look at this. Yeah, you didn't use this one. This is a really rough one in my opinion. Look at that. Look at that neck, bro. It's like a turkey neck going on here, like a shoulder. I feel like you get, those turkey legs you get like at Disney World, like them big turkey legs. I feel like that's her arm. Like the arm, you can just kind of see that going on.
All right, so to me, this like devalues like just either one of these pictures devalues anything this guy could ever tell me. Like yes, we can attack why all their technical points are wrong too. Yes, we can attack why they're promoting scammers. But when this is like the fucking facts here, well, there's no coming back from that. To me, and I've had like feminist reporters contact me. Do you regret calling this other coach's girl 4? I'm like, no, I don't actually, because that's a disgrace to call himself an expert and to get someone that's below average objectively. Look, that's not misogynistic. We can all universally agree that through our attraction circuitry, that girl is objectively below average on a 10-point scale. And I tell her that straight up. So to me, it's literally the equivalent of a homeless guy with an empty bank account saying, here, I'm going to make a whole channel on how to make money. And I'm going to give you tons of advice on how to make money. And I'm going to put out programs, how to make money. But by the way, I don't have any money. And that's what every one of these guys is doing. And then what a surprise is that their content fucking sucks. If their content worked, they'd be using it themselves. Right.
Yeah. It's a big scam, and it's disturbing, man. These guys, like, why Ryan's actually married to that woman in Canada.
Yeah.
Some of that's his common law, out of necessity, but he still
Same
knew
shit.
about it. Why did he marry her? They don't have any kids. As far as I know, they have no intention to have kids. I've talked to him about that personally, one-on-one. So what the fuck is the point of marrying her? Why? Number one, why is he with her? I mean, that's what you're addressing here.
What is the story there? I don't know.
He once said on the Redman group, I'm pretty sure he announced this publicly on this show a long time ago when he was on it, that he met her at a party and she was like a cokehead, like some party girl, but she's fat too.
It gets even better.
I haven't verified this, but I think there's an old episode of Redman group where he says this out loud, and it's like, all right, well, you're married to this woman. She's kind of fat. She's constantly dyeing her hair. She's not that great looking. She's average at best, middle of the road, and you're married to her and you have no kids. Like, there's like multiple layers of dumb fuckery that have occurred here.
When I saw her doing lines off the bathroom, I knew she was the one for me.
Yeah,
And then he's gonna go around and then he's gonna go around and give everyone advice, right? And what
worse
I don't
than
know
that.
much
It's
about
worse
this guy,
than that.
but
Hang on, it's worse because he isn't just giving advice. Anybody could give advice, right? He claims he's basically a red pill alpha male. He's supposed to give you the red pill, and you're not supposed to be a beta. You're supposed to be an alpha male. So this dude, this fucking dude right here, is a red pill alpha male married to at best a 5, at best, who's fat. I mean, God bless her. Hope she loses weight and stuff when it gets healthy, but she ain't nothing to brag about at all. And this is supposed to be the basis and part of him. Let me pull this up again.
And keep in mind, here's another very, very, very key thing. I was so angry during this video. Keep in mind, when you look at these pictures, go back to the one with Donovan and the other one where it's got them both on the screen.
Yep.
This not only is like just a sampling of what they got, this is like the ultimate finish line.
The best.
So what happened before this is my question.
Exactly.
There wasn't a string of stunners, and then they're like, all right, I'm checking out of the game.
Dude, this is their climb at Mount Olympus, and this is what they got. On the right, this is a woman who's almost 45 years old. She's like an old lady. She's going to go through menopause like any day. And that's supposed to be a 9 or better, a perfect 10 maybe. This is what he claims. I showed this, obviously, last week on that, the documentary. But yeah, it's disturbing, man.
I wouldn't bang either one of these girls, like even if I was paid, most likely. Like it's like that would be like revolting or repulsive.
I don't blame you. It's gross.
Not even close. Not even if I was drunk.
Dude, your lizard brain would kill you for getting near that shit. Yeah, it's gross.
So what are they doing? Like what? I mean, we can keep berating these guys. It's very obvious, but why do they think? That's why I got so fired up on the last one. Is they're like, oh, it's so easy to make diss videos. Real content is hard. Yeah, I've got almost 500 videos, and I give away way too much. I've had lots of guys get very good just for my free content. Yeah. And they're not putting out anything even remotely close to the value of that content. They haven't accomplished anything remotely close to what I have in the game. And they're going to just sit around like, oh, they like do these like very regular podcasts where they're just going to like run their mouth on baseless stuff. And they're just like recirculating like baseless arguments. Oh, what did Rich call him? A fat can of smashed assholes? Ha ha. And Rolls like, yeah. Like,
or they go deeper sometimes. Like Donovan, the Sharp Mama, he goes on Reddit and stuff, I think, like the Red Pill subreddit. He's just going into the sidebar of old information from guys who are long gone in the Manosphere. He basically recycles that. It's like they find this old information, they recycle it, almost like an old book. They kind of shine it up and then repackage it into a product. Like they steal products in different ways. They're not all. They steal. Like MLD, you're saying is stealing from you guys. I don't doubt you. I don't blame you. It's exactly what he's doing. But Donovan's not doing that. I don't think he's stealing products directly. He's stealing it from like Reddit and stuff that most guys on YouTube are gonna have no clue about. They're not on the Red Pill subreddit. They're 19 years old.
Speaking of Reddit, let me clear the air on something because I didn't even know this was going on. Someone emailed me. I remember I mentioned in the beginning of this what do we call this podcast?
Yeah, it's a podcast. Yeah.
Like in the beginning of this discussion here, I mentioned how CoffeeZilla called me up and was like, I received all these screenshots, all this stuff, and I like disproved it in like 20 ways. It was all full fabrication, which means someone's like trying to bury me. He's like, who do you think it could be? I'm like, oh, let's see. I've been going hard like at the fucking throats of like a lot of people. That a lot of these guys are rich and powerful too from this scandal. But what I want to address is now someone's like on a campaign to like ruin my name on Reddit. Someone said there's like 30 Reddit threads about how I'm a rapist. And first of all, this can be objectively disproven. I've never been accused or charged with rape ever. Okay, I've only been arrested one time in my life. That was in 2013. Everything points to a setup, and it was over a kidnapping. Alleged charge, okay, or a real charge actually, alleged kidnapping, where I just went to a car and made out with a girl in Vegas. Who all this stuff was linked to Derek Moneyberg. And I'm not going to get into all the stuff I know about it, but that never went to trial, and there was no conviction on that charge, and there was no sex in that case. So all this stuff about how I'm a rapist, it's never even been an accusation, and it's definitely never been a charge. Okay,
they're smearing you, they're slandering you.
You can look that up. And there's like 30 posts about it. So I've got all these guys emailing me, hey, what's all this stuff about how you raped a girl? Right? Never happened. Yeah. And you can look up, like with my real name, you can look up and there's no record of that because it's never happened.
It's character assassination. They're trying to
honestly, the Reddit community though is the worst of the worst. I was banned from Reddit seduction. They basically banned me for no reason. I was actively contributing. I was getting posts that had 300, 400 upvotes, which was way more than anyone was getting, contributing a lot of value. I had a lot of guys DMing me. And then they just banned me. And I PM'd the mods, and they were like, yeah, some of the guys don't like some of the content you've been saying. I was like, what specifically? They couldn't name anything.
Yep. Yeah, you said our seduction too, yeah? That's different than the Red Pill. They're both similar size, though, about 300,000 guys in it.
The red pill community, I get downvoted to oblivion every time I say something. They call me a simp every time.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a simp for counting lays. Do the logic on that. Do the math on that.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you've been with almost 1,400 chicks, but you're a simp.
And the guy's calling you that.
For putting in some effort to get laid.
The
If
guy
a
is calling you
girl
that.
doesn't hop on your dick automatically, then you're a simp because you put in work.
Well, let's call it out though. The guys calling you a simp have banged like 3 or 4 women in their life, or less.
Exactly, yeah.
Like they have zero skill, zero ability to call you that, and they're hiding behind. You're in real life. You have your face, identity here and stuff. They're just fucking losers behind a keyboard.
Yeah.
It's systemic to the manosphere. I think there's the demographics of it, and there's not too much you can do about that except be patient over time and keep moving the manosphere in the right direction. But the frauds are what has to go. That I think is the core issue in the manosphere. It's been going on for like at least 15, 20 years. These frauds they keep growing and growing and growing. And since you have so many beta males that don't understand women, they don't understand life, they don't understand a lot of anything. They just they're in pain, they want to get better, and then these frauds fucking prey on them like vultures. Oh, I froze. What the fuck's going on there? Hang on a sec, we're retarded. I'm gonna fix my video, but I can still hear you guys.
We lost President Johnson. I think another problem is a lot of the frauds, they all market together. So they're all working together. They go on each other's podcasts, so they're not like isolated.
Yep. Yeah, and it's all fake endorsements and stuff too. I mean, I'm gonna eventually do a video probably going through some of those, but you can see the bullshit. Like, it's a fact that they don't even know each other, and they're like, "Yeah, you were a killer, bro. You were a slayer back in Vegas or whatever." And it's like, motherfucker, you didn't even know this guy when he was in Vegas 10 years ago. You're just like, you believe whatever you're told to sell the fucking product and sell the affiliate, get the affiliate commission. It's a fucking scam.
The other issue I've talked about is a lot of the guys who I think are scammers. They're not. They're afraid to go on other people's channels who think differently than them. They're afraid to get into debate because I'm willing to have pretty much anyone on my channel, regardless of how they feel, as long as I feel like it could be an interesting content. But they won't. They won't come on. I had Richard Cooper. He's told me he wants to come on. He's excited, and then he just bounces. He just ghosts.
Oh, recently?
This was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, Cooper's a loser. He's not he's definitely just piece of shit, to be honest, slime ball. But he's not as bad as the guys like the Fraud Father and Donovan Shart, the Sharp Mala and MLD. They're like mega retarded. Cooper's up there, but he's not top 3. He's maybe top 10 or something like that. And I don't think he's like, he wants to like overcharge guys, hypercharge them. He charges $2,000 an hour, for example, for phone coaching, which is way higher even than a high-end attorney, than a high-end plastic surgeon, maybe. Like, the amount of money he's charging for basically dating coaching, and I've seen him do this in Mount House, like 10 feet from where I'm sitting right now. He's like, he reads shit out of Rollo's book to these guys, The Iron Rules of Tomasi, and he charges them $2,000 an hour for it. Rollo's in on the scam because he gets book promotion from Cooper's channel. It's a big circle jerk, and it's very like, at least with Cooper, it's like low key. A lot of guys don't understand it, except with things that are more obvious and overt, like the charging for the phone coaching and shit, and all the other crap that he has. Yeah, but he sucks in real life with them. I've seen him. I have some pictures that can probably prove that if I ever decide to release them. We'll see. I don't know about the legality of that. So I'm kind of tepid about that. But yeah, he's a loser with women. I've seen him in real life in Orlando, and it's bad.
Just to add one quick story, not to harp on this, but to add one quick story about MLD. I was really trying hard to get this guy to come on my channel and explain it, but he doesn't want to. But anyway, so it's one of my mastermind members. He used to be with MLD. And basically what happened is MLD just abused him for like a year. He was telling him he's a loser, he's a failure. And this guy was like already in like kind of fucked up mental state. So it just caused him to go down the path. And basically this guy was on a crazy amount of anti-anxiety meds. So MLD told him to just quit those cold turkey. Like, he's not a doctor. You can't give that advice. It's also horrible advice because anyone who knows anything about anti-anxiety meds knows you can't quit those cold turkey. You have to taper off. And like, if he had done that, he probably would have died.
Yeah.
You can't just quit massive amounts of Klonopin cold turkey. But that's
by the way, guys, I want to take a quick commercial break. I want to show off the new shirt we got going. We got the Donna Dusa special edition shirt, limited edition, available.
Can you blow up that image? Because I got my face hiding in the corner. I showed my assistant, and he didn't see my face at first. I had to blow it up.
You guys see it now? Is it better? Yeah, you're there. It's a nice T-shirt, high quality men's staple tee, $21 plus shipping, and it ships, I think, out the United States and Europe. John Anthony, if you need one, I'll ship. We got tank tops too for you, man. Special.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's my.
I
don't dress up for my cast, according to Ryan Stone.
Yep.
Yeah, I like wearing tank tops. It's like it doesn't get cold here, so.
Yeah. Link in the description if you guys want to buy it, support the show, destroy all the frauds, get your T-shirt, put in the real work.
Dude, I'll wear this on my YouTube videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear it eventually too. I got a couple coming to my house right now, so yeah. Let's talk some more about specifics, though. We've been going through this. I want to get to more specific frauds. If I can get your back to where's the trying to get back to your playlist right now. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on
the Ryan one on the playlist yet? The Ryan and Rolo one.
Okay. And maybe I'll go to your channel as well, Alex. You have probably not a playlist, but you have some roast too.
No, I only have one roast. It was endless options because I felt that one was ridiculous.
I've been trying to bring him to the dark side. He's more PC than me.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, you get bitched at for making this stuff, but the reality is like 99% of your content is probably positive. Same thing on my channel. 99.9% of the content is just positive educational content. You know, it might be criticizing feminism or helping men learn something, but basically it's just positive. But you do one fucking thing to call it a fraud and people lose their shit. Because I think it means that it shows them that they're vulnerable. They don't want to, it's a harsh truth. They don't want to believe that they were manipulated. But that's the reality.
That's what you're asking for. What psychological principle? When someone has devoted time, effort, and in some cases money to this guru that you like light up and totally destroy, they feel really bad and they need to justify in their mind. They don't want to think, oh, I was just duped. So they either want to like look to how can they discredit the one that's killing their idol, or how can they rationalize that, okay, it's okay, he's with a 2. She probably has a perfect 10 personality, maybe even the best personality in the world, because that would make sense then, and it would keep their hero really cool. And then at the same time, they're also like, yeah, hot girls aren't worth the time anyways. They have to twist all the real truths to like fit the story. And then you're like, here's more proof. And eventually it like tips. I think they can't cling to it anymore. Or they just start to hate me because I'm the one that's like making those uncomfortable feelings inside of them.
They hate you for telling them the truth is the bottom line.
Yeah. So like, oh, he's just crazy. He's just a psycho. He's a sociopath. Yep. And then they can like cling to the hero some more, and they go back to that guy's channel and just try to forget about it.
Yep. We got some super chats I missed, by the way. I want to get into them briefly. Thanks for the super chats, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are the Avengers of the Manosphere. ADJ Donovan reacted to your roast on Fresh and Fit. Please make a response. Yeah, I saw it on the Black Belt Truth channel. It's pretty brutal. It's extremely.
Oh, I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's bad.
What did he say? Can you summarize?
I can pull it up actually in a second. It's short. It's like 10 seconds. We'll get into it. I'll show it. I think I can pull up the audio too. I'll play it. And maybe I'll do it longer.
There's no defense when you show the picture. Like anything you said, there's no defense.
He's claiming Photoshop. Like I showed like 150 fucking texts or something, screenshots, right? He's claiming Photoshop. Like I would. Do you know? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? That video took effort. All right, I'm not even get into that. It took real effort to do the research. I didn't even know about his wife's age until like fucking maybe 2 weeks ago doing the research on this shit. I'm like, holy fuck. Like that even, I knew a lot of shit about him, and then I'm doing more, and I'm like, oh my God, this is fucked. This is mega fucked. So we'll show that his response in a minute. I think I can pull it up with audio. It's a short clip. But then we got this one too. Sam Kilburn, thanks for $10. John Anthony, you have lived in many countries. Does the game differ from the United States to Brazil to Europe? Is one country easier to cold approach than the other?
Well, one of the biggest differences is that there's a lot less fat people. The real stat is that 80% of people in the U.S., men and women, are overweight. So when in a place like Poland,
80%,
yeah, 4 and 5.
Holy shit,
Jesus. And I don't know. That's overweight, not necessarily obese. I think like obese, it's like 30 or something like that. But overweight, right? So, but when I was like in Poland and Ukraine, I could go literally weeks or sometimes even like a month or two without seeing one person overweight. It was like seeing someone in a wheelchair. So when that happens, the whole bell curve shifts. Because when you're on Tinder, it's not like cannon fodder, cannon fodder, cannon fodder, cannon fodder. Okay, this one's, Instead, it's, okay, these girls are all in shape. Which face do I like? Or, which breast size or ass size? But at least at first, right? Until you determine their internals when you hang out. But also the internals in Eastern Europe and South America, and Alex can attest to this too, are far better. I have a video called Eastern versus Western Women that I can link in the thing, where basically I feel like on average I found they were more elegant, more feminine, more respectful. They play less games, they flake less. They're just cooler chicks, and you can like walk up to 9s and they're very receptive in a lot of these places. Whereas in the States, good luck. And most of my ladies are from the States, for the record. A lot of people think like I just went and hit easy mode countries. I don't think I was in any easy mode country. Like I never did like a Thailand or an Indonesia. I purposely avoided those places so people couldn't say that I padded my lay count with easy mode places. Some people try to say my whole lay count was in Colombia. I did like a 3-week trip to Medellin, and I did a 2-week trip to Bogota with Alex actually, and we were there together. You got held at knife point, right?
Jesus,
good times. You had some damage happen to your Airbnb.
Oh yeah, the girl shit all over my apartment after
Yeah,
I left for a flight.
So we got another super chat here. I'm gonna read this one out. Dylan Sanders, thanks for the $4.99. Remember the first PUA community? What happened? Did Anthony think Brad P, Sin, AFC Adam were legit? Yeah, Pandora's was Vindicarlo, complete scam. Yeah, it's complicated. I mean, I'm not going to talk too much trash about. I don't even know some of these guys too much. I met Brad P once back in like 2006. Yeah, 2006.
Well, do you know anything about David D'Angelo? David D'Angelo is the internet marketer Evan Pegg.
Yeah, of course.
He created a multi-million-dollar empire, and I actually met him in person like 3 years ago at a conference.
Okay.
And he's a little dweeb. He's like a little tiny, like, you know, just kind of like nervous guy. Yep. He married some like love coach. They go to Burning Man and like I think take fucking hard drugs together.
I've seen.
And you know, he was no lady killer, but he monetizes the space. And I you know, his advice wasn't all bad. He's one of those people that was like straddling a little bit and like trying to give, I think, some good advice here and there. But by no means was he like a master at the game.
Yeah.
The problem is like biologically we all have this need. Like I heard there's a student review on my that I put up on my channel recently, and the guy was like, everything we're doing in life is to get chicks. Like we're trying to make more money and get better shape and all this stuff to get chicks. And so that creates a big need to master this problem. But it also creates a big opportunity for people to come in and make money just promising you the world and delivering nothing. And then since most people don't take action on content anyways, what is it, like 90% of people don't even go through a product when they purchase it? Yep. Then they can just say, oh, it's because I was just lazy. Or, oh, it probably works for everyone else, but not for me, because there's fake reviews, all this stuff.
What do you think about this? Because, you know, the Manosphere is not only community, it's an industry. You have the pickup industry selling dating products. You have other industry, you know, communities and stuff. So it's a community and an industry. But I'm also thinking about other industries. There's frauds everywhere, right? Self-improvement in general. You've been talking about Napoleon Hill and these things. Obviously in the fitness industry, especially on YouTube, there's a lot of frauds and scammers. Six-pack shortcuts was, in my opinion, a notorious example. Basically,
those guys are big marketers too.
Yeah, that was the Pandora's box for fitness, right? But I think that each industry will, number one, always have frauds and scammers in it. You can't get rid of it. You can't get rid of violent crime. You can't get rid of poverty. You can't get rid of homelessness. Even in the best case scenario in a country, you always have a little bit of this stuff, right? No matter what you do. So I think you always have frauds and scammers. The issue is that in, say, the fitness industry, I think you have a lot. Self-improvement, you have a lot. I think in the Manosphere, you probably have the most. It's probably the worst of all. Maybe that's a bias I have from being in it for so long, but it's really bad.
I think I've heard in other niches it's most people as well. I think it's in most niches.
The fitness is really bad. Most of the guys in the fitness community, they're on gear, but they're pretending like they're not.
Yeah.
So, TRT, HGH, DECA, and they're saying they're natty.
I do want to answer this though. This guy asked me about, you know, the speakers and stuff. Brad P was never a speaker, although Brad P was the first guy I ever invited to be a speaker at 21. That was I invited him in August of 2006 in Fort Lauderdale. He had like a speaking thing he did down there. But I saw only met him once. That was just a thing. He never spoke. Sin from Love Systems or Mystery Method did speak once in 2008. AFC Adams also spoke a couple times. With 21 Convention, honestly, I don't find a speaker and do like deep research. I look at what they have online. You know, I try to do a basic research on them. Like, is this guy a fraud or a scammer? And it's not always obvious, right, from distance. You have to like know. When you get close to somebody, you can learn, right? I was able to do this on Donovan, that huge documentary roast, because I've known him for all these years, and he sent me all this fucking shit. He basically strung himself up. He put himself in a super bad position and then attacked me like a fucking crazy guy. And what happened? Your whole fucking life just got destroyed is what happened. But the 21 Convention is more like a TED Talks for men. And I'm pretty savage with it, but I'm not perfect. I can't do this deep. I'm not doing like FBI background checks on every fucking speaker. This is ridiculous, right? I put them up on a stage and I try to let the audience and the Manosphere decide based on the speeches, right? Maybe later he gets exposed by you or someone else, maybe by me if there's a huge problem. That's rare, but that happens with Rolo, obviously the father, and now the Sharp Mama. That's really unusual though, right? I don't usually do that, but in severe cases and extreme cases, I'll do that because it needs to be done. And you know, I went through that in the video. But guys like you, I'm glad you have the balls to go after these guys, including when you have pushback from the beta male police and shit. But anyway, with 21 Convention, like I have my background here, it's an open platform, right? And unless and until there's an obvious problem or something I can deal with, I just try to leave it as an open platform. I'm going to put this dude on the stage and put a camera in front of his face. And hopefully through that, you know, like what the Indians used to say, like, you know, the picture is a window to the soul. The video is a window to the soul. And especially when you get someone up in public, like a public speaking stage, right? You got 100 or 200 guys there. There's like pressure from that, social pressure. You got lights, you're hot, you're sweating, there's audio, there's shit going on, there's video cameras everywhere. That to me should eventually reveal somebody. Like, I think, you know, in the end of the day, all the stuff with Rolo, you should be able to look at him on a stage and determine this guy's kind of a dork. He does not have good body language. He does not stand strong. He is not a confident adult man. He's just like wispy, whizzly weirdo with like a failed guitarist, like you're saying. And I think actually him speaking and putting himself out there on podcasts and especially on stages, it demonstrates that.
Yep.
Yeah, it demonstrates it. So anyway, I'm not perfect, man. I do my best, and if there's a big problem, I take care of it.
Term like suspension of disbelief? Like when I actually bought into the Kool-Aid, because when Tyler, RSC Tyler, was making all these claims, you just assume they're true. Like in the very beginning, I was like, wow, this guy's like a rock star. Like this guy's like so amazing. I hope I can get to his level one day. And I signed up for a program with them. Yeah. And I was at 103 leg count. And it shattered my whole world at that time, watching him get relentlessly destroyed. I actually spent a bunch of the program, even though I pulled multiple times in the program, I spent a bunch of the program following him around, watching these terrible reactions. And I would go up to the girls after, be like, hey, that's my buddy. What do you think about that guy? Weird, creepy, awkward, gay, cringe, ugly, like countless reports of that. And then I caught him in a bunch of lies. Like he would go home alone, and then the next day he's telling a fully fabricated story about pulling a stunner. Or
what chick is ever going to be like, look at a picture of Tom, be like, I really want to fuck this guy.
I made a video where I showed like a girl in Portugal. I'm like, it was not pre-scripted or anything. I'd never shown him before, and we were out like on a date. And I was like, hey, and we did like a thing to the camera. I'm like, look at this guy. And she's like, oh, and she like watched a little bit of the video. She's like, it looks like he's trying really hard. It looks like he's faking. And women pick up on this stuff very quickly. They have like advanced, social circuitry based on how their brains are wired, 10 times more white matter. And people are like, oh, you're so beta, trying to have like women comment about. It's very relevant. This is everyone's hero. This is it's like getting rid of Santa Claus. Like all these children growing up with Santa Claus, and then you're like, there's no Santa Claus. Well, there's no fucking manslayer known as woman slayer.
I tweeted that the other night. Actually, I killed Santa Claus for a lot of guys. I mean, there's thousands of comments under that Donovan documentary, The Truth About Him. It's brutal. I mean, these guys woke. I actually red pilled a lot of these guys, and it was hard. I had to go with Rolo. It was effective, but not super effective. With Donovan, that was brutal. I mean, these comments on that are savage, and it's guys who used to like him. Their eyes were fucking opened up. They were enlightened, they said, and now they're angry, and they should be angry. They got defrauded and scammed. But it took a huge amount of effort to do that at a high level like that, which is good. I think there's a range of exposure we need to do on these guys. These hit videos you're doing, 10, 20 minutes, those are good. I think long videos in extreme cases are good too. Like
with Derek Moneyberg, I put out maybe like 5 to 10 videos on him. And when you search his name, like they all just pop up. And then like Spencer Cornelia and like CoffeeZilla, they like jumped on the bandwagon and are ripping into him too. And I actually got an email. I don't think I've announced this publicly. I got an email that was like, if you don't take down the Derek videos, I'm going to fucking find you and kill you. And it was like, wow. I'm not fucking around. And we tried to trace it. And it was through a VPN and all this shit. I didn't fucking take it down. I have various forms of protecting myself out here. But, what do I do? Run, cater to these fucking death threats online. And then these fuckers, they're going to fucking like put all this shit up. Oh, he's a rapist. He's a rapist. He's a rapist. People are trying to feed coffee. Like there's people like trying to just annihilate my reputation online. Like Modern Life Dating claimed I haven't seen this. Someone emailed me, hey, he's claiming on a live stream your girlfriend's an escort. Like the girl you bring on your channel is an escort. I brought her on a whole bunch of videos. Like I said, I have thousands of pictures with her we've been dating over a year. Like I have like more proof in the world than it's such a dumb claim anyways. Yeah. But there's people trying to fabricate stuff to ruin my credibility, to say, oh, he even RSC used to this back in the day. When I first started attacking Tyler, they were circulating around the community. They started the rapist thing, but it was just fully fabricated. As I said, never been charged or accused of rape. But they also said I was threatening Tyler's kids. I didn't even know he had kids at that time.
Whoa.
So these guys take really low blows. Yep. And then that information, it's like the telephone game. That information circulates around. And they're like, whoa, what kind of guy is this? Threatening people's kids and raping people?
Well, they're addicted to money. They'll do anything to keep the money train flowing, including destroy your reputation with false claims and bullshit.
Or set me up for a crime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you went to that last time, right? On Redman Group, I think. What happened with that? That's fucked up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's like a private thing because there's various things I can't talk about. But
I get it.
Like at the end of the day, like for all those people that think that this is all just marketing, trying to like stir up drama, or people are hating, or one of the most common comments I see is like, those who focus on others are like shouldn't be listened to. Like focus on yourself. And like, the fact is that this whole industry is dominated by a whole bunch of people that do not belong here, that are not giving value. Everyone's about like giving value. Making a video is not giving value.
I support this conclusion 100%.
Making a video is not giving value. It's like if you're dumping a whole bunch of sludge in the ocean, and you're like, yeah, like we're adding to the ecosphere of the ocean. No, you're fucking destroying it. All these guys are making guys like extremely frustrated, extremely depressed, extremely lonely. I speak to these guys on the phone every day. I see the end result, and I have for a decade, of all the guys that get chewed up, spit out, and fucking end up in a mental hospital or end up broke, that end up extremely depressed, that end up in a 10 times worse place than when they came here seeking for help. And even though I fucking swear and I'm like rough around the edges and all this shit, I actually do care about these guys, because I actually came from extreme social anxiety and general anxiety, where I was like the most introverted guy out of 700 people in the whole fucking high school, where I was like afraid to leave the house at some points for fear of having panic attacks in public. And like never in a million years did I expect to be on the other side. But in a way, like I really feel for these guys, and I really enjoy optimizing their system, each of these guys' systems, when they come through my training from a like a game perspective. And I just love the game, and it's fun to optimize other people's strategies, because I can't optimize my own that much anymore. But I see it over and over and over. It's always the same story. Hey man, I went to this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy. I don't have no idea what I'm doing. And also the side note is, now I'm acting super weird, and I've lost a lot of time and money, and I'm ready to give up.
And then they end up hating the Manosphere. They end up hating pickup. They end up hating everything, because they got burned by fraud. It's so sick.
And guys are like ultra skeptical. I always tell the story about the 28-year-old virgin that came to me from the UK. He had taken 3 RC programs, a Todd V and Natural Lifestyles, and one other one. Everyone promised in the world, no one delivered shit. He spent literally tens of thousands of dollars. He was very, very depressed, ready to give up, like bordering on being suicidal. And I showed him, here's all the stuff we're going to do, the results we've gotten. He's like, everybody else said this stuff too, man. And then they're very skeptical against me, even though I have a real system. But he took the leap of faith, lost to Virginia on day 4, and got 8 new girls in 8 weeks. And it's like, and that's better than 99% of the community, I would say, in that time frame. A girl a week. Not many guys are doing that.
Yep.
Right. So
no, not a lot. That's super sad. Yeah, a lot of guys are getting ripped off, and then they join the incel community because they think that game doesn't work.
Yeah,
it's a fucking shit show. I mean, I'm glad we're doing something about it. I mean, there's no way to heal it if we don't do something about it. Period. If there's not action taken that's progressive and positive in the right direction, it's never going to change. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse in this fucking snowball of fraud. And it's sick. It's sick, man. I know. I was like you. I grew up and I sucked with girls. I found the pickup community, and over a period of years and hard fucking work, I changed that. And so I can empathize with these guys, right? But even from day one of the reasons, by the way, the 21 convention, I think I pulled up here. You know, one of the reasons I started my company, and specifically the videos are free to the world, the speeches. The whole purpose of that's because I hated the frauds. Even back in like 2007 when I made this decision, I was like, these fucking products are so expensive, and half of them suck anyway. They suck in quality, like the filming sucks and all that. And then there's half of it's bullshit anyway. This guy's like a loser probably. So it just pissed me off. Even as like I was 18 years old, I'm like, fuck these people. I'm going to make a better product, and it's going to be free. It's not going to be maybe the be-all, end-all of the world, but it's going to be really fucking good, and it's going to be free. Better quality, zero price, better content, as best as I can anyway. So yeah, it's sick, man. These guys get burned.
That's the interesting thing. Like I always tell guys, I can explain all of Night Game in about 60 to 90 minutes, like all the ins and outs of it. And I get guys that come to me taking 12 RC programs. It's what are you doing on those programs? And they don't know what to do in a nightclub. What's happening on those programs? It's like if you took 12 things in any field to get better, and you were like worse than when you started. What is the conclusion there? That it's your fault? When this is happening time and time again, whose fault is it? Is it just a whole bunch of guys that just can't apply the principles? Yeah. They don't want to face the real truth of what's really happening.
Yep. We got two.
I think I got to get in on these roast videos. You've kind of convinced me a little bit.
Yeah. Go
after
most of your content is positive. Exactly. Go after them. We got 2 super chats, by the way, to get to, and this one's pretty good. I think we can all hit, especially YouTube. So, what's your guys' opinions on followers of Rolo, Rich, Donovan becoming resentful and hateful towards women thanks to their advice, their shitty advice?
I think it's fucking horrible. I didn't even, to be honest, I wasn't too familiar with red pill shit because I was focused on the pickup stuff until the past bunch of months where I've been going down that rabbit hole of seeing like it's the same exact problem in the pickup world. But now I'm getting on the phone with these guys and they're giving me like the whole background. And what's kind of funny is like some of these guys are like jacked and like very confident, and they're like single digit leg count, and they're like red pill theory experts, but they still have no idea how to, because no one's teaching them dating strategy. Yep. And they're like, dude, like, to be honest, like all that content is like very toxic, and I'm like very hateful and resentful towards women. I've heard it countless times. Yeah. So the effect of that content is to be a mental masturbation theory junkie, and then like not like women, and try to be like warring against women. And I think that's extremely unhealthy, and it's not even necessary.
Alex?
Yeah, there's a bunch of lies that are told as truth in the red pill community. You have hot girls are horrible to be around. You don't want to have a hot girlfriend because she's going to be miserable. And people say that as if it's like a objective.
At least the coaches are consistent, right? The coaches are consistent with that.
Yeah. Like fat women.
I've had hot girlfriends. They're not miserable to be around. This is like the dumbest logic ever.
I will say that this guy says everyone was hooked on RSD, and let's call RSD out. You guys have been talking about them a little bit. Now they're kind of, they're reconfiguring how they operate in the business and model and the branding and all that shit, whatever. It's still RSD, right? I think they had the biggest cult ever in the Manosphere. In terms of like something that approached a real cult, they had a real, and I've met a lot of these guys in real life, and they sucked with women, and they're super hardcore RSD. It's like there's so many other options. Like, why are you obsessed with RSD? They were obsessed to the point of absurdity. It's weird.
Because they put out a lot of content, they put out a lot of advertising, and they reached a lot of people. A lot of people were obsessed with Pandora's Box and Tower Badass. I got on the phone with guys. Hey, I've been implementing Tower Badass for years. I've been with one girl. I'm like, hey, you know it's a scam system, right? Oh, that makes sense now.
Yep.
I think RSD has only gotten worse over the years. In 2015, they were better than they are now. They used to at least give a little bit of value, I think. When I got into game 2014, there was some decent content coming from RSD. All those old videos have been taken down. You can't find the old practical videos. That doesn't exist anymore.
They crossed a lot of lines, though, too. This is like for a fact. I told the reporter this from Australia. They were actively advocating that when you're pulling and a girl's trying to like friends are trying to contact her, to like disable her phone or hide it, which is straight illegal, blatantly illegal.
Whoa.
They're pushing that in videos and on the forums. It's not slander. It's a fact. I have screenshots of it.
That's sick. That's sick, man. It's fucked up. Another super chat to get to, by the way. Thanks for the $5 buckaroos, Jake Ripple Snake.
Anthony. I was saying in a video. My name's not Anthony. It's John, but okay.
He's asking about, this is me, I think he's asking about.
Why
didn't you expose Donovan after seeing his old fat wife? This has been in the comments, and I've actually been responding to it a little bit on the video. Basically, it's complicated, and I plan to do a formal video response to this specific question, maybe a few of them, because I actually wanted to put this in the original video, but then I cut out like 4 segments at the end to keep it under 3 hours long. So I realized it was going to be like 4 hours long, and I'm like, I can't fucking do that. This is like stupid. Who the fuck's going to watch a 4-hour video? 3 hours is pushing it already. I mean, it's like absurd, right? But
they're asking, why didn't you do it sooner? I mean, you guys were friends too. I mean, you're not just going to just throw someone on the bus immediately.
Exactly. I mean, that's why I said it's complicated. I met her in 2018 with him, and the first thing I thought, in the middle of running a huge fucking conference, that was the biggest conference I ever did. It was like 230 guys.
I'm so jealous.
No, yeah. The first thing I saw was like, this guy could do a lot better than this chick. Why is he with her? And that's when she's dolled up. That's when she had everything. She was dressed. She had like a dress on or something. All the makeup and shit. I'm on like less than 2 hours of sleep for 5 days in a row. I don't have time. I take a mental note of it, but I'm not like, all right, Donovan has a fat girlfriend, destroy him immediately. Like, this is stupid. You can't operate like that as an entrepreneur, right? You take note of it, and then you just kind of keep things cool. And then over time, the lies built up with Donovan, basically. At the end of the day, what happened was Donovan told a lot of lies, not just to me, to a lot of these guys, these secrets, these dark fucking secrets. And he wanted good men to hold the fucking shit bag of these secrets. And it's like, bro, I'm not going to do that, especially if you're going to fucking attack me. You're crazy. You're a fraud, need to be called out anyway. And now you've attacked me like multiple times repeatedly, trying to fucking, assassinate my character in public. Fuck you. Time for you to die.
What was the final straw in that relationship? Like, what was the thing that he did where you're like, fuck this guy?
I mean, basically attacking me recently. Like, I hadn't talked to him in months. He walked away from 21. He wanted me to film his events and shit and all this bullshit for him, like film. And I thought about doing it to make money. And then I was like, nah, this guy's fucking seriously fucked up. There's a lot of bullshit going on. People don't know. He's toxic and he's dangerous. I want to get away from him. He's dangerous like a bomb that's going to blow up, which I think is what's happening now because he's a fucking fraud. If it wasn't me, it was going to be somebody else that took him down. And so I was like, I don't want to, even if he's going to pay me all this money to film his shit, I don't want it. I don't want $30,000, $40,000 to film your shit because you're a fraud and it's going to explode in your face. And I don't want to be fucking around you when it does. So he walked away from me, and then months go by, and then he starts attacking me. And then I let it go. I'm like, oh man, I want to fucking kill this dude. Nope, let me let it go, see if he walks away. Nope, attacks me again. I'm like, nope, now he's dead. I
Was
let
it
someone
shitty?
try to hit me.
Was it shitty attacks though? Like I have a video out about me now.
Yeah.
John Anthony exposed, and they're basically ragging on me for putting up infield footage of an Asian student pulling a 6-foot white girl, and they're like, "Oh, all the white coaches just want to like show like a token Asian pull." I have lots of Asian pulls, lots of every ethnicity pulling on camera, but it wasn't. Nothing was exposed. It was just like showing like me with infield, and they're like, "Oh, I think he helped on that pull." There's nothing exposed. So when Donovan attacked you, was there anything actually exposed?
No, he's just lying. I mean, I almost went through that in a segment, like the specific lies. That was the initial plan, was to address some of the specific things he was lying to me about. And I did go through a few of them, and like Candace Owens, defend Molyneux, the hypocrisy of that and shit like that. But he was also saying he never trusted me and all this bullshit. And I have text after text after text where this guy asked me serious shit in life, not just about the private marriage. He wanted me to like represent his business to Apple and stuff on like the App Store, like legally represent his fucking app on the App Store. And I'm like, you don't fucking trust me? You wanted me to like lie to Apple and like be like potentially in fucking legal trouble for this shit. You don't trust me? I shouldn't fucking trust you, number one. But all kinds of shit. I mean, he told me his real name. He told me his wife's real name. I'm like, you didn't trust me. You definitely trusted me. You're just saying it now because you're butthurt ex-girlfriend. You're butthurt little bitch. Because you keep trying to attack me, and I fucking keep walking away. I'm like, walk away, dude. Walk away. You're gonna get killed. You're gonna get killed. Walk away, man. And what happened? Now he got fucking slaughtered. People said it was the smoothest kill ever on YouTube. Smooth, man. Flawless victory.
I gotta watch the whole thing. I haven't. It's like 3 hours, right? I've seen parts now, but
I watched the whole video. It was definitely very interesting.
My modern life dating assassination is like 5-6 months in the making, and I've been pressing my assistant like we have to wrap this up. We were promising it for Christmas, and then people keep sending more shit, and then we keep adding to it. But it's like over 100 slides. It's going to be a multi-hour thing as well. So and I think there needs to be more of these like thorough like nail in the coffin type videos.
Yep.
Rather
it's
than
the
just
best way to do it, because Donovan was trying to bait me, basically I knew what he was doing. He was full of shit. Like when he was getting interviewed by John Summers didn't know. He was just interviewing Donovan, right? He didn't. I mean, maybe he knew something, suspected it, like he talked about later on Tony's show, Tony Bruno's channel. But I knew what Donovan was doing. He was trying to rile me up to bait me into fucking going on there, and then him screaming at me or something, or trying to lie and shit more. And in the heat of the moment, you can't disprove that. I can't pull up fucking text off my phone in a mid live stream. I was like, no, I'm going to fucking chill out. I'm going to think about this, how I want to respond, what I want to do. And then I'm going to act. I'm going to like analyze it, plan it, execute, and fucking take action. That's exactly what I did. I wasn't dumb enough to get roped into him trying to yell at me or curse at me or something on, or, whatever, attack me.
Do you think any of these guys would be brave enough to fight in a ring?
Zero
do any of them have fighting skills?
No, it's all bullshit.
No, I was going to challenge. I actually had in the Rich Cooper response. I didn't mention this yet live. I had a whole thing challenging him to a fight. I mean, I have like extensive like Muay Thai, BJJ, Krav Maga, and Machida karate.
Dude, all these guys. People kept saying Donovan's going to fight me. I'm like, bro, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I know this guy. This guy is a huge.
It sounds like BS to talk like that, but I think it would be like fun. It would be a fun event to televise beating one of these guys' asses.
He will literally. It will never happen because they'll never get within 10 feet of you. They're scared of you. Like I have texts of MLD.
Well, Rich is pretty big. Rich is pretty big. Rich is a big guy though.
He's a big dude, but he's a big pussy. He's a big beta male. Go on his old channel. He has all these old channels on YouTube. You can see what a fucking loser he is. What a fucking beta male. He's on TRT and shit now. He talks about it on his channel and steroids and shit. That doesn't make you a badass. He's still a fucking huge pussy by the end of the day. Now people think, he's good.
Me and Alex both are on TRT right now as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, nothing wrong with TRT. But wasn't he married to some single mom or something like that?
Yep.
She dropped.
I think he got a divorce rate too.
Which I think is fine. I have nothing against single moms, but I think if your whole message is don't go for single moms, you should marry a single mom.
Yeah, exactly. It's the hypocrisy. I mean, everyone's gonna have an opinion on these issues and stuff. Even like something like a TRT. It's when you're gonna lie about it or pretend you're some hard ass, for doing these things, and you're a hypocrite too, right?
Yeah.
Donovan was bitching about make women great again. Why are you wearing the hat, bro? Why is it on your woman? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's just stupid, man. A lot of it's just dumb.
The quick note with the TRT, I don't think I mentioned it much on my videos, but I started a couple of years ago because my levels came out like very low 300s, like 305, something like that, which is like the level of a 90-year-old man. I think I fucked my endocrine system just with I binge drank almost daily for 15 years. And I was also like getting shitty sleep, being out of the clubs, very late, not sleeping very much. And I used to have like a fairly poor diet. Just, going hard at night game and stuff can be pretty toxic on the rest of your life in terms of like health, living a healthy life. so my levels were just low. But if you do the research in the TR, it's not like steroids or anything. It's just putting your levels back to where they were when you were like in your low 20s, late teens. We're not even meant biologically to live much past 30 anyways. With modern medicine and all this stuff, all you're doing is just putting it back to where it should have been before. So, yeah, that's why. And what did you take? What did you get? Were you low level as well, Alex?
I was super low. I had Lyme disease. I had chronic Lyme disease for over a year.
Alex
I was pretty much bedridden for 6 months. After that, my testosterone levels were shot.
Yeah, these guys will never fight. They won't even. You got to be kidding me, man. These guys are massive fucking losers. Like they're so fucking. MLD is a child stalker, number one. Like, do you know how fucking head you have to be to stalk children around in public? That's extremely fucking weird. That's one step shy.
Well, I don't understand the whole story. So he's just posting random kid pictures on his own Instagram, saying like how cute.
I'll show you right now. It's crazy. It's fucking. I've never seen anyone do this and post it in public. It's insane.
People showed me too that he was following a tranny and liking a tranny's shirtless photos
yeah, this one or something like that. I don't know. It's like gay stuff. I don't know. there's if you go to MGTOW Dictionary, you'll see videos where they go into this more extensively. We do on the Mano Purge as well, chapter 1. But he just takes pictures of children constantly and calls them cute and stuff. They don't even know they're being photographed. These kids are running away from him.
This was in Japan, I assume?
It's mostly in Japan, yeah. He's at pub. Why is he taking pictures of these kids and he's playing and shit? He's like a peeping Tom, like on little kids and shit, man. Why is he taking a picture of this girl? Cute braids. Why? What is the purpose of this fucking picture?
Yeah, that's super weird.
That's super
weird. I just found out about this recently. We have like 20 or more damning things before this even. In the long video we're gonna do on this fucking retard.
Yep. So this is I just want to show this one. This is really fucking weird. This is a little girl in Japan with her mom or dad or something. Why is he taking a picture of this little girl? What is the fucking purpose of this? He has tons of this shit. Like there's no plausible. He even owns them on video. Like I took that. It was not at Disney World. It was at this place. And it's like, I don't give a fuck where you were. Why are you taking pictures of children? There's no legitimate purpose to doing this without someone's consent. Zero.
There's no legitimate purpose of doing it even with someone's consent. Like, why the fuck would you take a picture of a little girl?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing with some of these guys, man. It's like bad enough that he's ripping our products, that he's like making up tons of shit, that he's in bed with like trannies or whatever, married to like a Japanese chick, all this stuff. And then on top of it, he's taking pictures of kids. It's like he's already it's already like a steaming pile of shit, and then you're adding in like potential pedophilia in there.
Big old pile of sharts, man. When you got sharts, you got the shits, bro. Yeah,
you gotta have all your memes. You gotta have all your memes in one place. Some of them are pretty good.
Yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm working my meme magic, bro. The meme magic, it's good shit, man.
Have you ever had because I've had guys come and try to put strikes on my channel over the video. Have you had anybody like try to privacy complaint and strike down your?
As of yet, no. I was concerned about that with Donovan because I knew he'll do that to my channel. Yeah.
I saw you like to the YouTube reviewers. Let it be known that.
Yep. Because if he goes after now, it's suicide. He'll lose his channel instantly. If a YouTube employee or contractor reviews that video and they find out he's evading multiple channel terminations, he's fucked instantly. If you're evading a channel ban, they will instantly ban you again as soon as they find you. Which is exactly
are they trying to ban him right now?
They will in a heartbeat if they find him. Yeah. He's bitched about this repeatedly in public. I used to talk to him about it. He would get banned off YouTube. He'd start a new channel. It would get banned. He'd build a new one. He does it all the time. He's been banned off Twitter. They keep finding him and they ban him. YouTube, it's happened 2 or 3 times. It's a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb until they find him anyway. Whether or not I did anything, he's just going to lose his channel because he's a fucking idiot. So
that's probably the only thing I can sympathize with because the cancel culture is insane. I've had my Facebook group banned.
It is. I just have no mercy and no empathy, no sympathy for them because they're fucking frauds. I'm like, yeah, cancel culture is gay, but you're a fraud scamming people out of money, so I don't really give a fuck at that point.
RSD, I had a super, super, super valuable Facebook forum where I was posting almost daily with just a massive value, thousands of guys in it. And I made a post that said, here's like all the dirt I have on all the RSD instructors. Within a day or two, the whole group got nuked. And then I was at a conference in Poland. And I had an Instagram where I posted like 300 girls in a row. And I said, I was ripping on Tyler. And then I said, here's my Instagram. Make sure you guys sub or whatever, follow. And it went down during the talk. So they killed my Facebook group full value. They killed my Instagram. And then on my YouTube, they've put like 5 strikes over the years. For those of you that don't know, it's 3 strikes and they take your channel down. They reset in 90 days. And I had 2 strikes on a few different occasions, but I got a lawyer involved. and basically like dropped the hammer on them. They haven't struck a video since because what they're doing is abusing the copyright system. They can lose their fucking channel over that.
I know. I'm ready to. I have an attorney too for my company that I have on tap for a while now, like a couple of years. And if they fuck with me, I'll go to war with them and hard instantly, as fast as I can. I don't want to lose my channel.
Oh yeah, and I would publicize the whole thing too.
Oh yeah, for sure. They'll take my channel down if they find any opportunity to do so. We've never had a channel strike though, ever, and I don't ever want one. I hope we never do. But if they find an opportunity, they'll do it just to keep the fraud going. They don't care about. It's all bullshit. They'll just lie and manipulate the system, like you're saying.
Yeah, Max put one on me recently, and I appealed it and won. And the video's still up.
Nice. Fuck yeah. Fuck these frauds, man. They got to burn, dude. The fraud father, Tales from the Rolo Pill, all this shit, dude. He looks like the Crypt Keeper, right?
How old is he? Yeah, he does.
Like, he's probably 53, I think. 53.
I used to love that show. That was a good show.
Yeah, got this. It just keeps going, man. It's so easy. They're such losers that it really inspires me, you know? That's why they get so good. Like, I really hate them because I know what pieces of shit they are in real life. More so than guys I don't even know. Like, I know the RSD guys are saying are a bunch of losers, a bunch of frauds. I get it. They're a bunch of scammers. But I know these guys. Rolo's been sitting right here with me at this fucking table at my house. I know this guy, right? I know these Rich Cooper and Ryan Stone, these guys. I know what fucking losers they are. And I know a lot of, obviously, with Donovan, the Sharp Mama, that was a 3-hour documentary I created off that fucking scumbag. But that's also what pisses me off. You know, I have like very visceral experience with these guys. You know, first name, first handshake kind of basis. That's what makes me so fucking mad. It's like, I know these guys. I know for a fact.
That's how it was with me and Tyler. I worked for RSD in 2012.
Yeah.
And I saw firsthand countless lies and countless fabrication of results and skills. I witnessed it personally. And I lived with Manhor, who used to be a popular coach in the pickup world.
He was a speaker at 21, twice.
Yeah. And he was like, RST's best kept secret is Tyler's only been with 50 girls. And he was like, you know, this was years ago, but still he was purporting it was like this giant number. And he was saying, he's like, I've caught him on like over 100 lies. And I caught him myself personally. And I tell the stories on my channel. But guys cling to this idea. Like, they're like, no way, man. Like, they try to make arguments like, oh, you know, they said a lot of bad stuff about him in the book, The Game, but he's already explained to us that was all like just people hating. And I believe that too back in the day.
I'm going to comment on this. I'm going to comment on this. Hang on. You said that you caught Tyler lying to you a lot, right? And that's kind of what led you on him being a huge liar. That's how I got Rolo. I used to be a big Rolo fan, genuinely. 2016.
I don't know if I was like a Tyler fan, but I bought into the hype. It's hard not to.
Yeah, exactly. Same with Rolo, man. When I found Rolo stuff, you know, I was like, I had a long pickup background, but not this red pill shit. It was very interesting to me. It was captivating. And I was a huge fan of Rolo, genuinely. That's why, you know, in the end, it was such a big head fuck for people. They're like, what the fuck happened? Because I was a big fan of Rolo. That was genuine. That was real. I was a really big supporter of him. And then I caught him lying to me about small stuff. Very small stuff at first. At the convention in 2017. And then a few weeks after, he came back to Orlando for us to meet Milo Yiannopoulos, the speaker that was speaking at something else. We wanted to meet him and get him at 21, the convention. But I caught him. He kept lying to me. Even Socrates one time. He lied to Socrates in front of me. Me and Socrates at the same time, basically. And we kind of looked at each other like, did you catch that? And it was like, yeah, I fucking caught that. It was a lie. And it's small shit that doesn't matter, right? You know, airport shit, this and that. Just little tiny stuff. I even caught him, for example, filming a speech at the convention that I told him like 3 times in the speech, don't film it. You can film it for 5 minutes and then cut it off. Rolo's like, yeah, I got it. I'm like, okay. What does he do? He films the whole fucking thing. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I fucking told you to your face 3 times I have to film this fucking thing, the whole thing. And you filmed the whole fucking thing. And he's like, I forgot. I'm like, you didn't fucking forget. You're just lying to my face. Like, don't ever fucking do that again. I'll kill you. Not literally, maybe, but that was kind of the attitude. Like, don't fucking lie to me. In my own house, in my own convention, you're going to sit there and fucking lie to me? This is my house, motherfucker. These are my rules. Don't film this shit. I told you could film it for like 5 minutes. You filmed it for fucking 65 minutes. It's on your fucking Twitter. Take it down or I'm going to fucking strike it. So it was little stuff at first. And I was like, man, this is a big alarm bell. This is a big red flag. Because when people lie about small things, they lie about big things. When you catch people fucking lying to you about little tiny shit, it's like, motherfucker, like, this is a liar. As someone who can't stop lying, it's a compulsive liar like Donovan. Donovan never stops lying like Rolo. They're compulsive. Even about shit he doesn't need to lie about. Lie.
Too. That's how it was with me and David Swift.
Yeah. Fuck.
Do you know who David is? Johnson?
I don't know.
He's a little fat guy.
He was my old business partner. He used to lie to me about the dumbest things ever.
Yeah. Just showing off more memes just to stir up cognitive dissonance in these guys. This is actually a pretty important meme because this is how actually Rolo sells the Rolo pill. It's a little miniature cult or like internet cult. He uses the red pill. He kind of steals it from the red pill community, which has its own issues. You guys can criticize that or not all day long. that's distinct from the Rolo. And over the years, they've actually gotten away from Rolo. They get annoyed by him, and they kind of see through his bullshit too. So he used to be this like hailed godfather there, and now that's not really the case. He's been exposed by other guys there, like GLO and stuff, that attack him for pointing out that he's a fucking massive hypocrite. This fucking loser boomer guitarist that doesn't know how to bang women, talking to a bunch of guys about how to bang women. It's absurd. It is truly, truly, deeply absurd.
That's the thing. Like, and you see it time and time again. Like, just thinking of random examples, like Alex Social, Alex 4 Week Natural. He's tried to kill himself a bunch of times. He's depressed. He's like in massive debt, like still has a massive alcoholism problem. Those are all, I'm not knocking any of those problems, but then he claims to be the ultimate internals guy, the ultimate, like, there's no reason you're not enough, but he's living the exact opposite.
It's that inverse shit, that inverse projection, man. That's what.
Yeah, that's what I have a big problem with. Like, don't claim to be like the ultimate internals guy and take selfies in the bathroom, like crying in the bathtub, saying I'm sad, right?
What was Cooper bitching about you on Twitter? Looks like he was attacking.
Here, can you open that?
Yeah.
Well, scan until you see. I post a tweet. Well, there's me showing that I don't live in a box. I actually live in a 2-story penthouse. Scroll a little bit more. There we go.
Right there.
All right. If your PUA icon is claiming to have 1,500 plus ladies, it's 1,339. He's doing that for effect. Looks like a fat can of smashed assholes. Looks poor. Lives in a box. So no amount of game solves that lie. So I went on. I showed, here's a 2-story penthouse. Here's girls that are living here. What else? I have a video that's over an hour long where I show all the proof of banging over 1,000 girls. The looks poor. They all have a problem. The fact that I wear tank tops. Ryan Stone was like, it's so. I'm not going to put on a fucking like nice shirt or a suit or something like that. I don't give a fuck. And a lot of those guys, anyways, are just doing images for the camera. This my channel is pretty raw and real and stuff. I'm wear whatever the fuck I feel like wearing, right? So it's not relevant. But he couldn't even mention my name. Ryan and Rolo couldn't mention my name, and they're trying to reiterate his points. Oh, what did Rich call him? A fat can of smashed assholes. I'm showing like here I am in great shape. Like
they're all very passive. They're very passive aggressive. Is what they are because they're beta. Like men who are masculine don't do that shit. Oh, that one guy. No, motherfucker. What's my name? Say the name. Call it out.
That's what I said in the video. Did you watch that video?
I haven't seen it. No, you have
the Ryan video. I was like, say my name, pussies. The next time you guys talk about me, I know you're gonna watch this. Say my fucking name. Like, what's the? And in their logic, they're probably thinking, oh, don't give that guy any exposure to. People will go check out his channel. Maybe find some real info on this stuff.
Mostly they're just pussies. They're scared to fucking go after you. They don't like be mentioning your name anyway, just to fucking prevent anybody from even finding you. They're trying to basically manipulate and control the audience. Is why they do that. It's passive aggressive because they're weak beta males who they hate conflict. They can't deal with it. They are scared of you attacking them. Like they'll never fight you. That'll never happen.
Everyone keeps saying that like Fresh and Fit and Rolo and Ryan like respond instantly to any kind of haters or any person like talking crap. And they're all silent about what you say. Like that really says something.
Yep. I'm trying to
all
find
they do is make baseless claims.
I think I might have found this. Yeah, here it is. I found the Donovan video. Let me see if I can I'm gonna work with it. Go ahead.
Yeah, but my point was with the Rich stuff, it's like he doesn't know anything about me or about my game or anything like that. He's just they think that's like the big argument is that I live in a studio apartment or a basement. I've already shown it's a 2-story penthouse. It's like actually a really big place. But they're just trying to make like pot shot attacks because I'm coming at their friends, and they're promoting all the classic scammers. Like Rolo brings Modern Life Dating and Myron on their shows.
Yep.
Right. They're all it's like the dating syndicate. It's a whole bunch of scammers cross promoting each other and getting each other's backs. And then anyone that comes at them, they try to just like ad hominem attack them.
Well, the irony is that Rolo on his blog for years, the fraud father, would bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch and bitch endlessly. Look at his blog. Just type grifter and all this snake oil shit. He bitched about all the shit for years. And what does he do? He's the kingpin of fucking promoting this crap now, right? All these courses and all this bullshit from these losers. They don't have any game. They have no game. They have no understanding of women. They have no positive relationships with women. They have no receipts. They don't bang any hot women. They almost don't bang any women at all. And Don, in the Sharp Mama's case, he just bangs a fat old woman. I mean, it's crazy. Like this dude brags that his chick is like 37, and this hottie and shit, and she's disgusting and old. That's reality, No hate. I mean, if you're fat and ugly, I mean, it's just kind of the way things are. You can improve it, I guess, but don't fucking look at it and tell me it's a 10. It's like this is absolute fraud. It's sick.
Give me 2 seconds to piss. So you guys continue.
I'm gonna take a piss as well. Hang on 1 second.
Okay. Commercial break, guys. I'm getting actually a video set up as well. Why we're going here. We'll pull up. Oh, here we go. Wait. Yeah, perfect. All right, we're getting this ready for you guys. I'll play it when they get back so we can have some responses for y'all. In the meantime, make sure you check out the new Donna Dusa. There we go. The t-shirt. Hope you guys pick it up. Check it out. It's a hot new shirt, $21. A couple of variations of it. Got different colors and shit, different sizes. Got the tank top for you Alpha Gym Bros, gym meatheads. Congratulations. You can wear it, show your support, and show your support against the frauds. I'm going to go through the chat with you guys as well and see what's going on here. There's so much chat I can barely fucking keep up today. Let me see what's up. It's like a cult the way they prey on people. Yep. It's sick, man. It's sick. Someone needs to crush MLD. Yep. I'm hoping John Anthony comes through with that. You know, he's talking about this big video on MLD. That'd be great. I could do one. I just don't feel like doing it. I'm just kind of tired of doing it. Obviously, I just put a huge one out. So I'm hoping that's a good one.
Yeah.
The only thing I care about. Oh, God.
Real quick, on MLD, I've had an assistant. Like I've been sent countless emails on stuff. He's compiled 100-slide thing, and then we have like tons of video clip footage. It's gonna be like what you did to Donovan.
Yeah, good. Yeah, slaughter him, man. Flawless victory, dude. It's like Mortal Kombat, dude. Fucking chop his head off.
When do you think it's gonna come out?
I'm really I've been really pressing my assistant to finalize it, so I'll commit to this week, like 100% this week.
Nice.
And
you need memes. I'll make some memes, dude.
Yeah, let's fucking get some buzz going around it. He responded to the first one. The first one I showed proof that he copied my product and a bunch of other stuff. And he got on his little hot dude queer party stream and said his main rebuttal points were, oh, he got it wrong. I'm not in the Philippines. I'm in Japan. He repeated that like 10 times apparently. And then he mentioned the fact that I had an alcohol problem repeatedly. And that was about the extent of his defense.
Yeah. Let's get into Don. You asked about the Donovan video earlier where he responded. To my knowledge, this is the first time he's addressed it in public. This is like 1 a.m. the other night in Miami. Notice he's wearing sunglasses. He looks like he's an extra that got lost on Scarface from like 30 years ago. I mean, look at the shit he's wearing. It's like super good shit.
I just watched that last night. I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah. Oh, the movie itself. You guys can hear this?
Anyhow, let me go. Special guest as well. Donovan Sharp in the building.
Yeah, I'm Donovan Sharp. That's all you guys need to know.
Welcome back to Miami, man.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm actually, I recently found out I was married.
So let's pause right here. We'll get into it as well, but let's actually go through it and we'll do it smooth and then we'll break it down too if you guys want to get into it.
Welcome back to Miami, man.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm actually, I recently found out I was married. Yeah. So Dev and I, we get up and we're, watching this dude on YouTube and I'm like, Dev, you got to come in here and see this. And we're watching this. And it was almost 3 hours long. And I was like, wait a minute. Like at the end of it, I was like, holy shit, I think we're married. So we decided to jump on a plane, come down here to Miami, and we're on our honeymoon. So I guess.
Wait, did you guys elope?
We were married before I even realized it. But it was such compelling evidence. I mean, all sorts of Photoshop and also. I mean, I was like, hey, you know what? You convinced me. So that's why I'm here, man.
Are you happy?
Say again?
Are you happy?
Shit, I stay happy. Stay happy.
Dude, he got
this is such a dumb way of defending yourself because if someone accused me of something that was blatantly not true, I would just say, this is not true for these reasons. This is a dumb argument. But he's using sarcasm, so he technically does not have to lie. So he's like, oh, yeah, we're married.
Well, number one, no one else brought it up at him. They didn't ask it. It looks like they didn't ask him about it as far as I can tell, right? He just brings this shit up. So number one, because he's thinking about it. He's obsessed with it. He's scared by it. He's hiding behind his fucking sunglasses. These girls see right through it too. If you watch their body language and the shit they say to them, they can see right through it. That girl asked him at the end, "Are you happy?" I mean, that's brutal, man. Brutal. They see right through it. He's fucking miserable with a fat girl.
Can we grand reveal something? It's totally up to Alex.
I don't care.
No, keep talking. I'll text Alex and ask him if we're allowed. Well, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I think I know what it is.
There's a project.
Are we allowed to mention? Can we mention that?
Yeah, you can mention it. I don't care.
So Alex was filming infield, which I applaud him for doing because a lot of guys have been asking for him to film infield. So he's starting to film infield footage, and Myron ran into him during this infield filming. Myron from Fresh and Fit, and so this is capture on camera. Basically, he was like threatening you and stuff like that. Can you go into what happened?
Yeah, basically, I was walking with a girl and I hear someone yelling my name. Yo, Alex. I was like, yo, but I'm like really focused on the conversation. And then he's like, don't ever mention my name. Don't ever mention my name. I was like, what? And I realized it was Myron. I was like, okay, dude, cool. And then I walk with the chick, get her number, and then we part ways. And then he's like waiting on the corner. He's like, yo, man, don't ever mention me. Don't ever mention me again. I was like, or what? Like if you just kindly asked me, like, hey, man, you know, could you please not mention me? Like, I probably would respect that because I try to be cool to most people. But he was just like demanding. I was like, no, like, I'm free to talk about whoever I want. I mentioned him once in my video for 2 seconds, saying that one of the things he says is incorrect, which I stand by to this day. I mean, what he said was that if a girl flakes on you, it's because she's banging a hotter guy. That's not true. Most of the time, if a girl flakes on you, she's hanging out with her girlfriend, she's watching Friends, she's on social media. Some of the time, she's banging another guy, but it's not the majority of the time. It's not even 50% of the time. So he got like really triggered by that, and so he was just basically like ranting and raving and demanding that you know, I never mention him again. And I was just like, no, like, I'll keep talking about whoever I want. And then he called me later that night, and he was like, to his credit, he was a lot more cool. He was like, yeah, man, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like make it seem like I was insinuating. I just really don't like it when you guys mention me. I was like, dude, like, I'm sorry, like, I won't attack you personally, but if you say something I disagree with, I am going to bring it up on my podcast. Like, it is what it is.
No, they're just super insecure beta males. Like, this is how fucking losers act. Like, if he had a really serious problem with you, he should have just fought you in the street. And obviously, this guy is just like super unhinged. He seems like
well, that would have been a really bad decision for me. First of all, I walk around with my dog, so my dog would fucking bite him right in the balls if he even attacked me.
Can you bring up my Myron video from my playlist?
Second of all, I'll press charges for assault and make sure.
Hang on. Let's not get off topic here. Let's roast Donovan a little more here. This is too tempting. This is number one. This is just fucked. I mean, this is some John Travolta Scarface shit going on. Who dressed this guy? His mother? Probably his wife. I think this is what happens when your wife dresses you. Is you do this kind of shit, you know?
No, this is you get a window into what he thinks of himself. That he's the cool guy now.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm actually I recently found out I was married. Yeah. So Dev and I, we get up and we're, you know, watching this dude on YouTube, and I'm like, Dev,
this dude, I've met these people repeatedly in real life. I paid this guy thousands of dollars. He knows exactly what my name is. My channel is like 3 times the size of his. I've been on Piers Morgan and all over New York Times and New York Post and shit. The fact, it's like the same shit they do to you guys, right? They won't mention your name. Except it is so overtly, explicitly obvious to everyone who knows us that he knows exactly who the fuck. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is like dumb times 10. I want to go through this some more though here.
You gotta come in here and see this, and we're watching this, and it was almost 3 hours long, and I was like, wait a minute. Like at the end of it, I was like, holy shit.
So he just admitted he watched the whole 3-hour video at the end of it. So we're gonna this come in and check it out. Oh, some funny video. He sat down and, dude, I guarantee you his wife is screaming at him during that fucking video, and probably wants to fuck me after the fact. That woman hates me and wants to fuck me more than anyone on the planet, and that will never happen. It's disgusting, but
just bang her so you can make a video about it.
No, it's not even worth it. That's gross, man. I ain't doing it. It ain't worth it. It's tempting, but it ain't worth it. Ugh. I'd vomit, honestly. I'd just puke, man.
It'd be funny just for his reaction.
You can do it. I'll let you can do that. I ain't jumping on that grenade, dude. You can jump on that. Let's go a little more here. Let's see.
We're married.
Look at how uncomfortable this girl is over. This is defensive posturing by the girl in the pink. She's holding herself. She's like,
who are these girls? Who are these girls? By the way, they look like fucking
just
like,
random skanks off the street in Miami.
Like D-list, like fucking backup porno actresses or some shit. Single moms.
Yeah, Alex, this is your town. I don't know, man, but they just like a random host to me.
I've never seen any of these girls in my life.
Yeah, they're just like random whatever.
So we decided to jump on a plane, come down here to Miami, and we're on our honeymoon. So
No, the honeymoon will be in late July. That's still ways out, Donovan. Your second honeymoon, as your second anniversary coming up, Donovan.
I guess.
Wait, did you guys elope?
We we were married before I even realized it. But it was such compelling evidence. I mean, all sorts of Photoshop and also,
Photoshop. This is defamation. I'm ready to fucking get my attorney involved. I didn't Photoshop a single fucking thing. I should have Photoshopped his wife's ass crack out, I guess, for YouTube or something. But there's nothing Photoshopped. Is this guy's accusing me of Photoshopping like 150 fucking screenshots? Are you kidding me? I had to fucking, this was like pulling teeth out going through this fucking thing. I hated doing this shit. Like it was
at this point, you should just own the situation. Like, yeah, you know what? I got married, blah, blah, blah. That's why I didn't tell you guys. That's the only way to go at this point.
That's what a man would do. This guy's a beta male little boy. Like, this is really fucking pathetic. It's just disturbing, man. Any further comments from you guys?
So what's the summary of his response is sarcasm, like poke fun, even though it's all factual information, so that everyone thinks it's a big joke, and then claim that it's all not true, even though it's like endless evidence.
He calls it compelling evidence, and then he accuses me of Photoshop. Like, I encourage him to sue me on the video. If you guys remember that part, Alex, you saw the video. I'm dead serious. Pick up the phone, call an attorney, you fat fuck, and sue me. I will countersue you and ruin your fucking life. I might do it anyway at this point. This is pissing me off. I didn't Photoshop a single fucking thing. Fuck this loser. Fucking fraud. He's basically committed to the end, I guess, is what it is, which is not that surprising. Like Rollo and these guys, and Cooper and Ryan Stone. They will never stop lying, like MLD especially. They will never, ever stop lying. It's a bottomless pit of bullshit. It's insane.
Isn't there a way to pull up some public records, like something that's official, like 100%?
I did, like his court records, yeah. His wife's name is Cynthia Ashlock.
Rollo's got his house foreclosure on public record. MLD's Airbnb scam has evidence behind it. I think the move is putting these guys in jail, when you can. Like on CoffeeZilla's channel, he just got like his first guy he was attacking, like J Mazzini or something, that was like defrauding people with crypto investments and stuff like that. That guy's in jail now. Nice. And like what Derek Moneyberg and Max are doing, RST Max, like the fuck's it called? Freedom Business Mentoring. Those guys are committing fraud. They're like alleged money laundering, alleged all kinds of laws being broken. Yep. High pressure sales tactics, coercive predatory lending. Literally, Derek has this habit of like selling programs and then not even providing the boot camp. Like what he did. Like, let me explain this real quick. He has people sign up and then he says, "Oh, that's been canceled. You can either fly to Asia or take this program in like New York that's double the price. Those are your options." And so it's like he's forcing them to pay more than they originally agreed on. Like the trip to Asia is expensive as fuck. So people end up just paying double going to the New York program. And then they get upsold on 2 more programs. So the coaches that are like assisting the programs are just sales guys to upsell them on 2 more programs. So there's literally no value whatsoever being taught about dating. But he doesn't even provide the programs in a lot of cases. If the person's like, "No, I don't want the New York program, the Asia program," they just get nothing. And they signed up to pay for a program. I talked to countless guys like, "Whatever, I just wrote that money off, whatever." I heard that tons of times. And I had an attorney contact me. And he said, "I've seen some of your Derek videos." He said, I want to put everybody's stories together and go after this guy. So that's what he's been collecting, everyone's fucking stories. And then, Derek's like knocking out walls in a penthouse with his whole scam operation. These guys think they're untouchable, right? Yep. And I'm public enemy number 1. Well, now this is a lot bigger than just me. Now you have other big channels. You're on their radar. Now you're on fucking attorneys' radars. Yep. And so, even if they fucking come after me, they're fucked either way, right? So let them keep it up. They think this is like a free for all, right? Yep. It's a big joke all the way to the bank. And I heard from the inside they're purposely trying to get these guys to open up credit cards that approve anyone and max them out and give all the money to them, and then those guys are like fucked for life. So they know those guys can't pay the money back.
Yeah, that's super fucked. That's super
sick,
fucked
man.
up.
It's sick. So,
but I think that's the solution. That they can't fucking continue scamming from jail if they're actually breaking laws.
Yep. I think Donovan might have, if state attorneys get involved from states where it's criminal for false advertising, he could go to jail, I think, for what he's doing. That's a stretch. I mean, you need to get state attorneys involved, which is what I tried to do in New Jersey and Florida. I think in New Jersey and Florida it's a civil though, so he would just get fined. He's not going to go to jail. But dude, it's like $5,000 a fine, like $10,000 a fine for every time you do this kind of shit. Every time you committed fraud and shit.
MLD almost went to jail over an Airbnb scam, and if anyone can uncover any of this shit, who knows where the rabbit hole goes with the fucking children? Yeah, then he'll be fucking rotting in jail, and he'll have his legacy products out there that are ripoffs.
I think we got to keep the pressure on, like you're saying, for something to happen. Either they get they just collapse, they go bankrupt from the people filing chargebacks or refunds because they're getting defrauded, or they end up in jail or something like that, or state attorneys get involved and stuff. I think it needs to start happening. Like there needs to be hopefully a state attorney that gets involved in this whole fucking community and starts outing these people for frauds. Because they're doing, you're right. It's all kinds of super sketchy bullshit. It's manipulative. It's manipulative and it's sick and it's twisted, man. Preying on hurt, wounded people, wounded men.
We need a state attorney who's a fan of one of our channels.
Well, I have that. I won't mention who, but there's a guy that's like, he watches a lot of this type of content, but he's also very good at defending the rights of the consumer. And these are like, it's not hard to win something like this when you have countless people being defrauded and countless people being taken advantage of. But as a side note, I just got emailed recently the kind of the origin of where Myron came from is he was in Brandon Carter's. Remember, Brandon Carter's the fitness coach who was with Derek Moneyberg in a bunch of photos, and they're like great buddies, even though Derek's a huge scammer. He took Brandon Carter's like high ticket whatever like coaching course and then started his fitness brand, even though it's all generic fucking bullshit advice. And then he's just riding that train. They're just like leveraging like TikTok and like some other things and just doing mass podcasts to like rapidly grow a subscriber base. And then he brings on this Fresh Prince CEO. These names are so fucking dumb anyway. Fresh Prince CEO. Yep. And he's wearing CEO chains and going next to like rented cars and airplanes and stuff and jets. And that this guy like 4 months ago was working for Wix.com just in like social media type stuff. And he only probably like ended it in December 2020 because he came on the Fresh and Fit bullshit. But I bet he still works for Wix, right? And these guys, and he has no credentials whatsoever. But it just goes to show you can take someone like literally off the street and turn him into a guru or an expert. And all these people are like swept into the thing, like, oh my God, like I want to be like Fresh Prince CEO. And did you see? Can we show his wife real quick? The wife he had.
Fresh.
Did
Prince,
you watch? Did you see my Fresh Prince? Okay, check out.
I've skimmed through it. Let me see if I can find it.
It's in that playlist. Or if you just type Fresh Prince,
it's gonna take a minute.
It's gonna bring up Will Smith. Type Fresh Prince John Anthony. Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
This one?
Yeah, this one. If you scroll like,
here's a link for
maybe like halfway, or you'll see a picture of his chick. A little bit more. Keep going a little bit further. Let's see.
Blurred out thing? No.
There she is.
This one?
Yep. That was Fresh Prince CEO's wife. The other the duo from Fresh and Fit.
Damn, that's a big woman.
This was his wife, and I had to blur it because they put privacy complaints on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
But this was who he was married to, has a kid with, and he's running around claiming 1,200 lay count now, which is
this is like maybe a 4 or 3. Like this is pretty rough. Yeah, this is shit.
Yeah.
Yep,
yeah, and just because he can go on camera with a CEO necklace on and a CEO shirt. Yep. And Myron, like, look at that face of Myron laughing. That's the face of a guy that doesn't know shit about any of the stuff he's talking about.
I know.
That's laughing all the way to the bank. Just like MLD. Yeah. I had MLD's best friend email me tons of stuff, his former best friend. And he said, MLD literally told me that he just wanted to do a whole money grab. And just instead of he was driving a cab and teaching English and wasn't paying that well, why not just be a fake coach and just take people that have systems and put them into his own products, repackage them, do some hot dude party stuff.
You get to be a hot dude general, bro. Hot dude general in there, man. Hot dude army. It's the names alone are insane. Like I would never want to be a part of a hot dude army. That's like the gayest thing I can think of. I like women. I like putting my dick in vaginas. You know, like this is not hot dude army is not for me. I guess. You seen the trans stuff? They're doing trans stuff now in the Fresh and Fit. You seen that shit?
No.
Really,
oh, you got to see that, dude. Yeah, Black Pill Truth will have that. Hang on.
What do you mean, like talking about banging trans chicks?
Dude, it's basically like they're advocating for like banging trannies and stuff and banging dudes off Tinder.
No way.
I swear to God, dude, you got to follow Black Pill Truth, man. This is one of the best channels on YouTube. I swear.
Wait, dude, he just put up a video 9 minutes ago with us.
This guy's on it, man. He's a savage. I don't know who this dude is, but I like this guy. This guy's savage, man. Let me see if I type trans stuff. See what pulls up. I don't know, to be honest. There's so many fucking videos. Like this is a new channel too. He just put out. But basically, if you look through it, you'll find I think the trans video on it. And it's fucked, man. It's them promoting gay stuff and like they call it gay maxing or something.
What's the quick synopsis of the video?
I don't know. I don't remember. I've watched so many fucking videos on this shit lately. I don't even know what to tell you. Like you have to go watch it. But it's weird. There's gay stuff they're promoting. It's trans stuff. Even with the Cooper and Rollo did it the other day. Where is it? It's like a fucking maze trying to get through this, honestly, guys. But there's one where here it is. This one. Rollo Tomasi and Rich Cooper take interest in Sterling Cooper OnlyFans. So basically, this dude posts pictures of his dick on OnlyFans for men. He talks about this in the video. We can go through it. And you see Rollo like have these little smirks on his face, and Cooper like they're almost into it, like they're gonna do it for money. There's all kinds of shit like this on Black Belt Truth Show, man. They scan through these fucking 3-hour-long live streams, right? And they find these little nuggets of this insane shit these guys say. This just channels a gold mine of insane shit from the Manosphere. I swear to God. This one we can get into it. Let's see how long it is. It's only 1 minute. Let's see.
OnlyFans page. You've got this like pricing model for 50-75, depending on what you send them. How many fans do you have on that, by the way? Like, where do they show that?
The biggest, you can hide it, or you can make
Okay.
it hidden or not. So for me, the biggest I've had is like, I've been really pushing it, probably 250, 300 people at a time.
And who follows you? Like, is it gay guys? Is it couples? Is it women? Like,
It's gay with guys. OnlyFans, it's gay dudes.
gay dudes. Okay, so they have thirsty gay dudes that are throwing money at you for personal. Okay, got it.
Or like I take a photo with my pants down, I take a video of my pants down, that kind of thing, and then that's it. It's like
for that.
It's
This is so
a
fucking
lot of
weird.
I think a lot of straight dudes who are like relatively good looking could make a lot of money off this if
that's what they wanted to do.
what they want to do. You know?
Look at Rolo grinning. Look at him. Look at him. He's all happy. Oh, you can show your dick to dudes to make money. Oh, let me get on that shit. I mean, this is so. I'm telling you, man. There's like they call it game maxing and shit. I don't even know what the terms are half the time. It just keeps going.
What is Rich wearing like a winter coat or something in the house? Why is he all that? He always has like blue fucking shit in his glasses.
I heard he's getting fat now and stuff. I think it's why he's looking. He looks kind of like he's getting fatter, like a Santa Claus thing going on here.
Yeah, if you look in his face, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's so.
Well, dude,
try
like
to do your best. Good.
Everyone says Rich Cooper. Like, think about it. Think about it. You get divorced by a girl that's like fucking old and not even attractive anymore. You're paying child support and alimony. He's been like thrown around by other single moms. I don't know much about this guy, but like everyone in the comments just says he just like complains about single moms, especially in the past. It was, and in his book, I'm gonna do a video about like some takeaways from his book. It's like him bitching about getting like fucked over by single moms.
Yep.
I'm sure he has like no girls in his life. He's sitting at home probably eating ice cream, just flexing online.
He's had a girlfriend for years. He doesn't bang any woman, as far as I know. I mean, that could have changed recently, but he doesn't bang. I know some shit about him. Like I can't even say it in a video, but like it's fucked. Like he sucks with women, right? Now he's tall and stuff, and he's on TRT. Like he's not in bad shape, so he can probably bumble his way through some things. I don't doubt that. But he has zero game, like zero. Doesn't have any understanding of it. Nothing. He had zero before finding the red pill. He hasn't developed any game since then. He doesn't know how to do any of it, like cold approaching. Zero understanding of it.
And then they're gonna talk shit on me, who's banged tons of chicks and shown proof of it. And they're gonna say, "Oh, look at this guy. Why can't he be like us, just marrying threes and just checking out of the game?"
This is real touch. They're savage in the chat, man. Oh, we got a super chat I got to get to before we roll up here. Let's see. Here we go. I worked as a fraud auditor, both public and private, before I started my own business, and there are quite a few red flags I saw with them. Just need to wait and see. Truth is like the sunlight. It will always shine through. Yeah, this guy's right, man. It's taking time, but it's good. We're all doing good work with this stuff. Alex, you got to get on it, man. We need more roast, man. You got to follow like John Anthony in the footsteps here. He's a good example. He's a good role model. John Anthony.
Yeah, well, that's why I want to have you on my channel, man. I want to do the we'll unveil it to my audience. We'll do like the top 10 scammers in the Manosphere.
Yeah, more specific. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, there's so many. I mean, it's a fucking.
Alex, like deep down though, I think you're like you're like a little bit more like nice, like internally nice, where you gotta like get like that, like you gotta get the bulldog out.
Yep.
It just comes down to who annoys me, like who crosses. Like I haven't had too many of these guys like go after me personally. If someone goes after me, I have no problem.
Myron's trying to step up. You could take him down now on your channel.
Well, let me talk about this too.
But at the end of the day, what he really do? He just like kind of tried to talk tough on the street, and then he called me a few hours later and said, he didn't mean it.
Is he scared of you? Probably.
I don't know if he's scared of me, but he definitely doesn't want me to like talk about him and make content about him because he knows that if I do that, that'll be really bad for their brand.
Is he scared of you? I mean, you guys look. Anybody in the Manosphere can make videos about me all day long. I don't give a fuck. I don't have anything to hide. Like my life is my life.
Yeah, same way for me.
Yeah.
It's the same way for me. The only way people are gonna be able to put shit on me is by fabricating stuff, which is what they're trying to do to CoffeeZilla. It's what they're trying to do on Reddit. People are just like trying to pollute, spread false information around.
And that's different when they're making up like explicit lies about you. And that's kind of what Donovan tried to do. And that's also pissed me off. It wasn't just attacking me and like, shit talking. It was like these lies and shit. I'm like, nah, this guy's dead. Because I knew he was going to keep going, right? You do it once. Let's see if they do it again. Did it again. Oh, it's going to keep going. It was escalating basically more and more the one over time. I'm like, no, this has to stop. I'm going to drop the hammer on your fucking head, which is what I did. Man, there's so much in the chat.
Drop the hammer.
Yeah. Santa Claus and cars. That's pretty good. Hey, we got to wrap up. We got to get bouncing.
When someone pays Rich Cooper $2K an hour, okay, to Santa Claus, what are they hoping to get from that? To learn about red pill theory?
Yeah, it's mostly data. There's videos exposing him on LooksMax did a video. I watched it last night. You heard of LooksMax?
Yeah.
He did a 90-minute video on Rich Cooper. It's really good. It's kind of like mine. It's really long, but it's more informal. But it's really good. He goes through different videos and shit. He's very specific with it, like detailed, kind of like you're doing too on your stuff. And he gets into the dating coaching element of Rich Cooper's $2,000 an hour coaching. And he actually compares it then. He shows how fucking absurd this is. Even a high-end attorney is like maybe $700 an hour. Therapists.
A top-end doctor is like $800 an hour.
Exactly. That's exactly what he gets into.
Where is he claiming to have these credentials from if he hasn't banged a lot of girls? And what kind of strategy is he giving them?
He just preys on random guys on YouTube who find his shit looking for these topics. It's predatory. It's guys who are just oblivious to the manosphere. They don't know anything. Rich Cooper picks up Rollo Tomasi's book and reads it fucking line item. I've seen him do this. It's insane. He admitted it to another speaker who called him on it back in like 2018 or 2018. Yeah, I'm not going to drop the name of that speaker, but the speaker called him on it, and he's like, yeah, that's how I do it. And the speaker was like, God damn, like you ain't even going to lie about it to my face. You just own that you're stealing from Rollo's shit. And you're just reciting it for $2,000. That's
what Ryan does too. Isn't that what Ryan Stone does too?
Yeah, that's how they suck. They all suck Rollo's dick. That's how they do it, man. They all suck Rollo. That's why I call him the digital daddy. These guys. He's the
fans and suck Rollo's dick on camera. Rollo really likes that idea.
They should. But basically, Rollo is like the intellectual fraud father kingpin of this crap, and it's almost like a priesthood or like a church. So you have like the Pope and the bishops and archbishops and all this shit. And priests, like the fresh and fit guys, like low-level priests. They're just kind of losers setting up these new churches, right? But then you have the bishops with bigger channels that suck Rollo's dick, like Rich Cooper and I don't know, other channels that are big. I don't even know off the top of my head, but other channels that support Rollo, right? It's all a fucking game to Rollo to play this Pope, this fake fraudulent fraud father Pope, the Pope father of this red pill garbage he makes up. It's all fake.
And he's totally fine with letting all these scammers push his shit because it makes money.
Yes, Rollo is usually more clever about it. He does some affiliate stuff, and mostly it's just about his book. It's all to promote his book indefinitely. Yeah. He's always encouraging guys to start channels, not to spread the red pill truth, to spread his fucking book to make more fucking money. He doesn't give a fuck about any of these issues. By the way, you mentioned they hate women. These guys, they don't just hate women. The real secret is that they hate men. They hate men. That's why they scam them. They hate masculinity. They hate men who are masculine. They hate men in general. People don't understand that. They bitch about, do they hate women or do they not? Even the feminists go after them for that, right? That's fine. They do hate women, number one. That's the fucking truth behind all the bullshit. Number two, they hate men. That's why they fucking scam them. If you're going to rip men off who are hurt and wounded and looking for good advice, like legit advice from real men qualified to give it, you're a fucking piece of shit. You hate men. That's the only way you can have that level of fucking, shit on people like that. These aren't general sales, right? Rollo isn't selling and, the Donovan Sharp, the Sharp Mama, he's not selling womanese to like a general population of people. It's to men. Specifically hurt, wounded men who are looking for advice on these specific issues. He's preying on men because he hates men like Rollo, because they're not masculine. They're a bunch of mama's boys and shit. So they have like this resentment towards men and masculinity, and they hate it.
That's why it really strikes a nerve when you have someone like piece of shit Derek Moneyberg, where he's literally like isolated, like he's preying off their insecurities. So he has them go on one side. Whoever doesn't want to buy more of his stuff at the end of the programs, he has them go on one side and says, "Oh, all these people are losers. All these people are never going to be anything." Like, or when they try to leave the room during the talks, the big talks, he'll single people out. And it's literally like the message is basically, if you don't want to pay me more money for my full load of bullshit, I'm going to make you feel horrible about yourself and try to like ostracize you in front of everyone, so that you'll feel bad enough so that you will pay me money. That's what he's trying to do.
Look at this guy. If Rollo put a wig on, he would look like my dead grandma. I got to go soon, guys. We'll close out with some.
I have two girls waiting. I was like, I'll be an hour long.
Good. Fuck yeah. Yeah, we got the roll. Oh, I'm gonna bounce. I gotta get going. So let me pull this shit off. I appreciate you guys joining me today on the Redman group. It's almost been 2 hours. I gotta bounce. We'll do it again sometime.
Let's shout our channels real quick. Mine's John Anthony Lifestyle. My focus is practical, no BS, no fluff, no abstract woo-woo, cocksucking bullshit, dating advice. I give away a lot of free value on the channel, probably way too much. And I run an 8-week mentorship, platinumdatingsystem.com, where you can get on a free 30-minute call with me to discuss how I can get you very good, very fast. But that's it for me.
Mine
Alex?
is Playing with Fire. We do mainly online game, but we do a lot more than that. So practical strategies for texting girls, getting hot girls straight over your place from Tinder and whatnot. So a lot of good stuff there. Check it out.
All right. Sounds good, guys. Appreciate you both tuning in. This has been episode 137 of the Redman Group, President Dream, Judge Dream. And it's been a lot of fun, guys, both of you. Everybody in the chat, too. I'll see you guys next week, most likely. Saturdays at usually 11:30 a.m. Sometimes I schedule it later. Alex, let's do a stream. John, I'll talk to you guys soon, for sure.
That's good, man. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
All right, brother.